First of all, put a one in the chat if you can hear me, ladies and gentlemen. Put a one in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. Put a one in the chat. Wow, had a busy day, ladies and gentlemen. I've been moving, phone calls, just getting crazy here. I was actually supposed to be in one courtroom today, but it appears that things is not moving quick enough from my perspective, covering cases for many years. Uh, but first and foremost, let me mod a few people up real quick. We're going to mod a few people, and I'm going to see how well you do as mods. I don't have any mods over here yet, but I'm gonna mod a few people before we get into some things because some of you might uh, not like what I'm about to say. Some of you may be excited about what I'm about to say, but we'll see in a few seconds. So let me mod. Let me mod. Let's see who I'm gonna mod up real quick. We're gonna do totally rated. We mod totally rated up. Let me make sure we mod totally rated. You are modded up. Well, I think you should be modded up. Okay, we'll see. We just gonna snipe people. We'll take people out here. Okay, yeah. Big Bertha was uh on a break today. I was just doing old school uh investigation today. Just old school investigation. So with that said, ladies and gentlemen, I want to I want to address something real quick, and I'm gonna keep it moving. And I want that person who's in that thumbnail to pay close attention to what I'm saying. Pay close attention to what I'm saying. I don't do internet games, so pay close attention to what I'm saying. And I've already made one phone call already. So pay close attention to what I said. Before you know the story from the horse's ass, get it from the horse's mouth. You were the same individual, the super fan I'm referring to, the same individual that when you were going through your trials and tribulations with the federal government, accused of threatening federal agents, I was one of the people, and I have the tweet, and I think you might have seen the tweet if you did a little homework, that was calling BS to their claims. However, when you attack a reporter, a working reporter, with no facts and suggest that you would want to do some, I guess, slight harm to me, I take offense to that. And you're going to have very short time to correct your mistake. You're not going to get 24 hours. You're not going to get 12 hours. You're going to get maybe 8 hours. And then you're going to understand why you don't play games with real men on the internet. And I'll leave it at that. So we started out with some energy. So I gave you the invitation to come on my platform the other day if you had any questions. Don't go around and do the weird stuff. We download the video already. We have the video, we have the audio, and you done screwed up again. You can't be that smart. You done screwed up again. You can tell your people you didn't screw up. I'm telling you screwed up. I'm telling you from my mouth you screwed up. You screwed up big time. But I don't want to see no harm come to you. I don't want to see no harm come to you. But you screwed up. You got to stop doing tough talking on the internet. Because guess what? Some people don't deal with, a lot of people don't deal with people on the internet. They deal with you in real life. So you got to be very careful. I'm just giving you a warning right now. I'll give you a short warning, and that's it. Enough said. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're here today to talk about the developing story in this unfortunate situation involving Sylvia Tumasimi. And I want you guys to let's first of all, for all the people saying, "Oh, he set up and all this nonsense," let me say something. Sylvia was my friend. Sylvia was my friend. I would go to war for her legally. Sylvia was my friend. So I still care for Sylvia. So this is why I've been working extremely hard behind the scenes, calling in a few favors. I've called in a few favors for her. So never mind what everyone is running around saying. I've called in some favors for her, and I've done some work behind the scenes because I don't believe she should be sitting in the jail, in any jail in Georgia, longer than she needs to be there, which is probably a day or 4 hours or maybe 2 hours, whatever. But I reached out to the sheriff, not just a sheriff, the sheriff that runs a county. I reached out to the sheriff that runs the county, and a shout out to Sheriff Allen, uh, a very good man with a very good story, and he's dealt with some things in his past that made him fit for the job that he has today. And he's taking over the job of Victor Hill. He's a very good man. And so I made the call to him, this very good man, and said, listen, I have a friend, a member of the media that has been in Fulton County Jail for longer than she need to. And I shared some things with him. And he said, Dennis, we're going to go get her right now. This happened yesterday. So he dispatched one of his supervisors, one of the people that work under him, make sure he sent me. I have the text messages and everything. But those people, and I shared the text message with one other person, and that person has the text messages. And he responded back to me. I think I'm gonna read the text messages verbatim. Verbatim. I don't think he has a problem with it because he knows, I don't think he has a problem with it. You won't have his number. I'm going to share the communication. I want people to know. And then I got to update, and I'm going to tell you why this is the shocking part of what this whole situation has come to be. And I'm a little disappointed that it's going this far. Okay, so we're gonna take anyone out here. First of all, we're gonna take this person out, so you won't be able to even calmly. We're gonna take you out of here. Okay, okay. So I suggest you see. I gave the person a warning. He didn't listen, so he's gonna come back. He didn't listen. I just gave him a warning. So now I'm gonna deal with that when I get off live. Just gave you a warning. You should have reached out to me like a man. I gave you a warning. I'm gonna let you sit there and just self-destruct right now. How about that? So I'm gonna put the text message out here. Stand by, guys. Stand by. Everybody wants to know why is she still there, as I do want to know why is she still there. Why is she still sitting in this county jail with medical issues? So I don't know if you guys can see that. I want you guys to read it. This is our communication, and this is from the sheriff that runs the county. And it says essentially, I tell him that she's at the Atlanta Detention Center due to jail overcrowding. He says, okay, I just got the information straight. She is currently at the Atlanta Detention Center. I sent my deputies there yesterday, shortly after we spoke. Atlanta Detention Center refused to release her to us, saying she could only be released to Fulton County Sheriff's Office first, so she could be booked. Then we can get her. So my problem is this: the receiving agency went to get Sylvia so they can bring it to Clayton County so she can be released, so she can bind out. But why is Fulton County still holding her? If they know they don't have a warrant on her, then they should release her to the county that has the warrant. So I dug a little deeper. Apparently, someone in Fulton County doesn't want her released right now. So I'm trying to figure out, unless she's being charged with a crime, why is she a crime in Fulton County? Why is she still there? And that individual only said that they couldn't tell me too much right now. So I'm looking into it a little further. So I'm making another phone call. And she's going to have to, eventually they're going to have to release her. And it's unfortunate that she's in jail on her birthday. And the fact that a sheriff of another county can't get their detainee, because technically it's their, she's supposed to be in their custody, that's a problem. So then I spoke to someone else and they said, well, Fulton County Sheriff did not authorize them to release her. I'm like, why do the Fulton County sheriffs have to authorize you to release her if you have already pedigreed her, you printed her, you took a photo, and they said, no, we can't release her right now. So I'm saying, what the hell is going on? So apparently something is happening behind the scenes that is preventing her from being released. Because as I explained to them, she is a member of the press covering a high profile case, and these charges are not that serious. They are not that serious. So while people think that my issue with her is more serious than her being released, you're fools. You guys are fools. Stop speculating. And I usually don't share what I'm doing behind the scenes, but I'm doing some work behind the scenes. Stop speculating. Get it from the horse's mouth and stop listening to these jackasses. She's going to get out. And she's going to be able to tell her side of the story. Her attorney's on it as well. He needs to work a little harder. He needs to work a little harder, but he's on it as well. Okay, so the trolls have been still trolling. I'm only going to do it one troll. That troll needs to get in my DM and apologize for his stupid behavior. Because your track record, sir, is indicative of trying to threaten people on the internet. And dude, you don't make it to the Washington Post and these other platforms if they didn't feel that what you were doing was stupid. I said it. The way you were behaving, that was stupid. It was dumb. It had no rhyme or reasoning for the behavior. So you don't really want to be harassing reporters now or a friend of hers. Don't do that. Fall back, find another hobby. Find another hobby because you're about to step in dog shit. It may be hard to wipe it off your feet. So calm down. Let the work get done and fall back. He doesn't have to. He'll wish he would have. He doesn't have to. That's all. Okay. Actually, he didn't. Actually, he did, but I'm gonna ban you anyway. How about that? I'm banning you anyway. Hold on. Hold on. Well, let me say this. Let me put some. Let me put in some context. And happy birthday, Sylvia. Hopefully you'll see this. I'm gonna tell you something. I had to go to an eye doctor for a procedure. I called Sylvia up and she came to the hospital and she drove me home. And I think she was in the court covering YSL. Stopped what she was doing, came and picked me up from the hospital and drove me home because I couldn't drive. So whatever issues you guys have with her, that's your issues. Whatever issues all you have with her, that's your issues. I don't have those issues with her. It was a little funny style moving, but that's water under the bridge. So you guys stop all the internet bullying and keep it pushing. Stop it. Hold on a second here. Hold on a second here. Let me get you out here. Let me ice out you. Get you off of here. You guys are so. Anyone that knows me knows that I set traps and you fall into it. Let me do the house cleaning. I set traps and you fell right into it. Not too smart, but it's okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish cleaning up this page, and then I'll come. I'll come back. Let's see. Let me get you up out of here. Let me get you up out of here. Bye bye, Kevin. Bye bye, Kevin. You're out of here, Kevin. You're out. Let's see who else I need to take out of here. Let me see who else. Who else I need to get up out of here? They won't, they won't understand what I'm saying. Is because they never had anyone to really talk to them. They won't understand that. I'm probably talking to a lot of people who don't even have the simplest ability for reasoning and rationale. So that's why they won't understand. Let's see here. Yeah, let's see what's we got. See, like statements like this. Let me. Oh, one second. Okay, hold on a second. So I want you to look at this guy here. This guy here. He's, dude, let me say something. You sat in. Listen. Come on. I talked to you on the phone. All that chest pumping. Like, come on, man. You're not doing it. Listen. You're not going to bust a grape in a fruit fight. So stop all the bullying. Stop it. I'm pretty well trained, but I don't share everything. I'm pretty well trained in what I do. I'll just leave it at that. Now you block from the channel. Now you block from the channel. I just wanted to make sure I keep you there. Hold on. Let me keep you there now. Okay, let me block you from the channel. Get you up out of here. Okay, now you're banned. And so when you set up fake pages, by the way, to trace your IP address. How you think the feds caught you, you fool? The feds caught you. Cellbrite is a great tool. Okay, so this idiot creates multiple. Hold, stand by, guys. Stand by. Hold on. Stand by. Stand by. Hold on. Uh-oh. Stand by. Ooh. Stand by. Okay, let me get. So we're gonna hold all these. Let's see. We're gonna hold all these here. Let me pull that over here. Let me pull that down here. So we're gonna ban that one. You're out of here. Let's see here. Let's see here. I know. You guys are watching stalking in real time. But he'll be back crying. "Oh, I wasn't doing that. I was doing First Amendment. I was no, you're not. No, you're not. That's not what you're doing now. You're being a fool right now. That's what you're doing. You're being a fool. You're being a fool. You and Dana go back and forth all the time. I don't even know the backstory, the deep backstory. I did watch your video. Uh, I did see something towards the end was interesting. Um, I don't know the deep um, backstory of that. It was a little troubling, but you had an opportunity. You never, when you talked to me on the phone, you never really shared that. But it's okay. It's okay. Someone else can. help you fight that battle. Right. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, I don't want to get too far off course, but I had to uh, inform the public that the super fan is uh, at his old doing his old bad things again. The super fan. The super fan. The super. I don't know. Did I coin him the super fan? I don't think I coined him the super fan. I didn't coin you the super fan. I didn't coin you the super fan. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, so I have to get back in the field. You guys have any questions? Uh, hit me in DM. Send me a DM. Not trolls, just the people that are concerned as to the updates of what's happening. Just hit me in the DM. With that, let me see if I can read any questions real quick. And the other part I want to say to people, I live probably 45 miles from the county, the other county. And I have some big cases I'm covering. Uh, I wish those people who have the same love and respect for Sylvia hop on a plane and come down here and help her. If you feel so emboldened to attack reporters, hop on a plane and come to Georgia. But y'all won't do that. Y'all will sit on your internet and just harass people, harass my good friend Pam, you harass different people. Just bring yourself to Georgia. We got time for you here in Georgia. Come to Georgia. You know that saying in Georgia? You come here on vacation, you leave here on probation. And each county has their own saying. So, or sometimes you got to go get the person from their place. You know they do extradite people from other states too. You didn't know that? They extradite people from other states. They sure do. Listen to what I say. I don't want listen, let me say something. No, I won't say that. I'll be patient. We won't say that. I was about to say something. I ain't gonna say it. Okay, so people ask now. These are good questions. Why doesn't the head judge on the YSL case, uh, I think you say intercede? He can't. He's the chief judge. Judge Uriel Glanville is the chief judge of Fulton County. He doesn't have jurisdiction over her, so to speak, because there's a warrant in another county. It's the judge in the other county that would have to authorize the release, and that would be Judge Wright. Judge Wright is the magistrate judge or the solicitor general, which uh, members of the press have reached out to the solicitor general as well in the other county. So Judge Glanville doesn't have jurisdiction over her. The Fulton County Sheriff Department does because they are sheriffs in the county where she was last seen at, and they arrested her in that county. I wish she would have just surrendered or brought in her attorney to deal with whatever issue it was, because it could have simply been, okay, this doesn't warrant and I use the term warrant, not warrant. This doesn't warrant an arrest warrant against her. But she should have came in just with the attorney or sent the attorney in to ascertain what is fact, what is not. That's what should have happened. That's what should have happened. And I think she will probably say herself that she probably should have handled it a little differently. I don't have power to get you arrested unless it directly affects me. Then I have a lot of power to get you arrested. I don't care where you are, but it didn't directly affect me, nor that did I have, other than a few words said to me, I had nothing else. That's it. The YSL lawyer, Nicole Fagan, was released the same day. They pulled her from Gwinnett, brought her to Fulton, and released her on a $40,000 bond. And why is that so interesting? It's because she already someone made a phone call for her. She's been a lawyer in Georgia for 10 years. She's been an attorney for 10 years. And someone made the call for her. And she's posted the bond. So she can't be that gang affiliated that she's getting a bond that quick, because we all know that none of the YSL defendants got a bond immediately. But she's not charged with RICO. She's charged with gang affiliation, which is kind of probably probably a weak case. I totally rate out. I don't know what they reported. I know I had reached out to her people already. Let's see here. Who else we got here? Let's see. I'm looking at some questions. What's someone say? Let's say, even if he did that, wouldn't be smart on his end to give her favor. Absolutely. Right. Some people are thinking, hello. Hold on. Let's see. Hold on. So we have a slight application process in picking mods. I have to screen you. I had to screen you in person. I had, not in person, but through a video. I want you guys to follow me on Instagram at Mr. Dennis Byron. I want to screen you to be my mod. We ain't just picking any mod. We ain't picking the ops to be my mod now. Imagine me modding up Dabolski. He acting a whole fool on the internet. The super fan. I can't mod the super fan up. Oh man. Only mod is Tiffany. That Tiffany, please. That's my people. I mod Tiffany up, but I can't mod Dabolski up. Dabolski just I don't know what's wrong with him. I just don't know. I mean, I'm gonna tell you. See, he ain't gonna tell you the story. I'm gonna tell you the story. See, he'll probably lie so you can get his numbers up, but I'm gonna tell you what the story is. His people reached out to me during his tribulation and asked me to look into it. There wasn't that much I can look into. I'm gonna tell you what happened. That photo that you'll see as the thumbnail, I took that picture, and I'm gonna tell you, put that picture in context. So I'm leaving the federal courthouse in New York City, in Brooklyn, and he was behind me, maybe a few people. Actually, probably was right, like 3 or 4 people behind me. So when I get out the door, I see all these NYPD cops, like around the front entrance, and I see this girl with long hair and glasses. Like he's about to come out. He's coming out. He's coming out. He's coming out. I'm like, he's coming out. Well, I know it's not me because I came out already. So they plotting on him. They plotting on Dabolski. They plot. The cops are already plotting. So he comes through the door, and it's a U.S. Marshal outside, older guy. You can see in the picture. As soon as he comes out the door, they grab him. Got him. I'm like, what the hell going on? Not the super fan. I'm like, oh my goodness, they got the super fan. What the hell did he do? Then I started hearing things about PSA. So PSA is I hear PSA, and it's a code for housing police. So I assume there was a issue involving the housing police, and she has some type of situation going on with the housing police and him. So they grab him, but that's not why he got arrested for that. That photo is not from the federal case. They were just waiting for to serve him with their arrest warrant outside they can't arrest him in the federal court building. The city police cannot arrest him in the federal court building. So they was waiting for him outside. So me, in my wisdom, having Big Bertha on my neck, I had to take the big Bertha off and put the little Bertha on, and I started snapping. So I'm shooting Dubosky every move you're making. Dubosky, I got video too, Dubosky. I ain't released the video. I was showing you grace. I wasn't releasing the video. Cause you was you're over me. I don't know what dude. I got the video. You know I got the video. But I ain't gonna release the video. You know why? Because that issue. I don't even know what the outcome of that issue is. But I'm just telling you, I was locked and loaded. I was locked and loaded. I didn't know what it was. I'm like, this guy here, he was just in the courtroom. And you out there, I ain't gonna listen. I'm not gonna talk about the situation. That's your situation. I know a little bit about it, but I ain't gonna talk about it. That's your situation. But I had to take the picture now. Come on. You had that nice that red shirt on. I said, oh, that's nice. That looks good in my lens. I had to change the ISO up a little bit, but it was a good shot. Like, come on. I'm just doing my job, but don't threaten a reporter. An award-winning reporter. Don't do that. I got friends in high places that respect me and love me. Don't do that. I got a lot of people that love me. Don't do that, Dubosky. Don't do it. Because we get on planes easy. We not restricted to get on planes now. We get on planes all the time. Don't think that. I just renewed my clearance. So not only do I get in the airport, I get in the airport really quick. You didn't know you had to clear membership. I don't stand on a long line. And I'm pre-screened. So you gotta take your shoes off and get to the airport. I ain't gotta do all that. I'm pre-screened already. So stop playing with OG. You want to talk to me, we can talk. But don't that other extra stuff. Just have a real man conversation. All that doing that stuff behind the scenes, you ain't gotta do that. Do I need to fly you to Georgia? No, you don't want to fly to Georgia. You don't want to do that. You don't want to come to Georgia. Oh my God. It is. Listen, let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. It's too many silly games being played on the internet. Silly. And I'm gonna tell you something. Let me tell you something. Hold on. And Dubosky, I'm gonna tell you what he was doing. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what he was doing outside the federal. This guy was this is what you call throwing bricks at the penitentiary. This guy was literally threatening the ASA agents, the U.S. attorneys, all kinds of subliminal threats. I'm like, dude, calm down. Ain't that you the type of guy you do not want? If you out there on the Black Lives Matter protest, you don't want that guy there because he'll be the first guy to get everyone beat up. He'll be the first guy to get everyone beat up. He's the guy that will just ignite the riot cops. He'll be the first guy. Don't think because he's the loudest, he's the proudest. No, he just likes to be seen. I've seen guys like that. I was in Ferguson during the protest for Mike Brown, and they had antagonizers in the crowd that were just doing too much. I'm like, this guy, he's with you? Didn't know where that guy came from. We're just making all kind of noise and just doing too much. You don't want guys like that around you because he's the guy to get everyone else hurt doing what he's doing. Yeah. Let me tell you something, guys. I saw the banter on the internet, and people speculating why this, why that, why this, why that. And I'm gonna tell you something. I looked at some videos that I hadn't seen before, and I'm a little troubled about those videos. I'm troubled about some of those videos. You cannot be an antagonizer and then want someone to be held accountable. You can't do that. You can't do that. You can't be an antagonizer and then want others to be held accountable. You got to fall back. And if it is what it is, it'll come out in the wash. It'll come out in the wash. But doing the extra, it's not necessary. It's not. Just handle your business. You don't have to be on the press run tour. You don't have to do none of that. You just got to fall back. And if it is what it's supposed to be, and it will be. But if you can't also sit by and let someone get abused by the system. The lawyer got out the next day. She, she got out the next day. The next day. The next day. That's crazy. The next day on felonies, both felonies. She didn't have to put 40,000 cash up. She had to get a bonding company to put about $4,500. That's it. That's it. So that's why I say it's not really cool playing on the internet, because some of you won't make bond. You get caught out there, you're not going to make bond. If you have a history of doing stupid stuff, you're probably not going to make bond. You're not. Nikki asked a good question. Nikki asked a good question. Uh, that's the part that concerns me. Why hold someone in that long if they're not on a fishing expedition? Because I can tell you for certain, other members have reached out. Not as thorough as I have, but they have reached out. So I don't know what else is there. Maybe you guys may know, but I don't know. Because all I'm looking at is these two misdemeanor warrants. That's it. That's all I'm looking at. If there's something else, I don't know, Nikki. I really don't. Let's see here. Let's see what else we got here. There's a lot of comments here. Hey, Dennis, hope you see my question. Oh, Gemini, I'm gonna post your question. Hope you see my question. To your knowledge, will Kelly's Chicago pill become available to the public, or will everyone have to wait for the transcripts? Um, Good question. I want to. I don't know if I tweeted. Jennifer Bonjean won a victory in R. Kelly's case today. Apparently, there was a $4 million lawsuit claim that was thrown out. So, are you talking about the criminal case? If so, yeah, that stuff will be the filings. You can look at the filings. Whatever she files is available online. So you can and you can also go to the court, the circuit court, to see what the results of her filing is, because it he R. Kelly was in district court, and they filed the appeal that goes to circuit court, and you can watch the docket and see what the results of the appeal is. Uh, I did think about that. Um, I did think about that. You got to think they arrested an attorney for alleged interference in their case, and they gathered the attorney. According to the reporting, the attorney gathered information from a hearing and shared that information with an individual that is not her client. Why is that important? Why would you be sharing information about a warrant or murder case to someone that's not your client, unless that communication was protected under privilege. And we don't know if that attorney did have a contractual relationship with the individual, but telling someone to throw the phone away, they have to have that on wiretap. Because why would they would have to have that on wiretap? Because why would an attorney text that? That is damning. The attorney's 10-year veteran lawyer. She's not going to send a text and say, throw away your phone, the police are looking for you. They got to have a wiretap, or this is bogus. But to your point, a prayer changes. If the prosecution in Fulton County believes that someone's interfering with their investigation, that might be a problem. But I'm not saying that is the case. I'm not saying that's the case, but I'm saying that is something that I did think about. I'm saying that was one of the first things that came to my mind. Why would they hold it when the Clayton County sheriffs came? You see what the sheriff told me? He dispatched his deputies to Fulton County. Hey, you got one of our prisoners. We need her. Because what they was going to do for me, bring it to Clayton County, get her bond. Judge Wright on standby. So you guys understand. This OG has relationships. And they was going to get her and bring her back and get her a bond. It's like that. She got a bond. No doubt. I'm trying to read your question. Sometimes not right now. Someone said, does she have a bond right now? No, she doesn't have a bond right now. If you guys read the message, the sheriff said that she must be taken to the Fulton, and people had to see. I know it's probably confusing because we know she's in Fulton County. Normally, she would have been taken to Fulton County Jail, the actual jail, but what she was taken to is a detention center that Fulton County Jail rented space from. Hey, we don't have enough space to house our inmates. We need to rent this space over here to house our inmates, and majority of female inmates. So they brought her, when they arrested her in the court, they housed her in the rental spaces they have for detainees, because we know that the Fulton County Jail has many issues, and quite frankly, it needs to come down, just like Rikers Island needs to, Rikers Island needs to be taken down as well. But in the interim, she's there. And things may change relatively soon. And that's why I can't stay on the live too long, but things may change relatively soon. So this is why I'm only here just to give you guys an update. I'll read 2 or 3 more questions, then I have to go. Oh, hold on. Before we talk. Now, Union City. Let me tell you about Union City. You do not want to go to Union City. And I'll tell you why. Well, I can tell you a little something about Union City. The people that have committed assaults on other jail inmates in Fulton County are taken to Union City. They're housed in Union City. Certain individuals that I know that have done certain things in Fulton County are in Union City right now. And that's where you don't want to go to Union City. Because those individuals have a heightened probability of committing more assaults on others. So now it's like a gladiator school in Union City. It's like a gladiator school in Union City. So you don't want to get in trouble in Fulton and then be taken to Union City because it's a gladiator school. And something else, these subsets of these gangs, the Bloods, the Crips, subsets, they're not going to fare well in the state prison, because those are real Bloods and Crips in state prison. The subsets they don't get the same respect as actual Blood members, not subsets of the Bloods. But you guys don't know that. The young guys don't know that when they're running around having these subset gangs and then they're committing crimes. They don't get the respect in the state prison because they decide they want to create the subset and call himself a blood. Because if you call yourself a blood and you running around wearing blue, they're not going to like that when you get to the state prison. If you ever get to the state prison, your case may get resolved. I don't know. Anyway, I don't give you too much. We just want to talk a little bit about that. Right. So April, you know what it is. Hold on. There you go, totally. Hold on a second. Let me see what else questions that people have. Hold on. Sharonda, I did see the attorney's Instagram, and I would just say, uh, Nicole, 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 Nicole. I get it. She's young. She's 32. She wants to connect with the culture, but she's doing too much because she went to school to be a lawyer. She didn't go to school to be a rapper. Like she's doing too much, in my opinion. It's slightly pandering, but that's a spilo. That's what she's you. I mean, why else would you have that type of content? I did see her Instagram page. She's doing a little too much. That's on my opinion. If I was a publicist, I would say, listen, Nicole, take the cash money off your page. Stop trying to emulate some of the clients that you're representing because it may fall on you. And this saying you're part of a gang is just crazy. You got a whole bar license. Just crazy. Hey, listen. So I shouldn't have blocked Kevin. Listen, if I perceive a threat, I'm taking you out. Kevin, I'm sorry if you wasn't threatening me. I perceive a threat. I'm coming for you. I'm taking you out. Kevin, you can send me a DM on my Instagram page and let me know if you would threaten me or not. Because if I see a threat, I'm taking you out. I it's moving rapidly, so I have to just err on the side of caution. Right, right. It's crazy. Listen, guys. I will be having my membership section active because certain things I can't just. I'm holding back on some things, but I'm gonna share some exclusive stuff on my membership section. I will have that active perhaps later today. So just keep watching the page here, uh, and I'll let you guys know. I'll let because a lot of you don't respect what I'm doing here, and it's okay. But you guys you guys won't put boots on the ground. You won't put boots on the ground. One thing I taught Sylvia is you got to investigate the story. You got to investigate the story. The story's not over. Just this is definitely not the end of the story for Sylvia. This might be the beginning of the story. It's not the end, and they're different dynamics. So rest assured, we're looking into everything, and I just hope people are not playing games. Nowhere, nowhere. It's not that someone said the YouTube streets are treacherous. It's a certain segment of people that have nothing better to do than just to antagonize other people, and they cross the line. They got to be careful crossing the line. You're in America. It's not one state in the United States that you can't be touched. You're in America. The resilience of some people you wouldn't believe. The resilience of some people. So don't play with people. I just say that. I say it with a smile. I don't say too much. I don't say too much. I say it with a smile. Look at stupid comments. You're enjoying this. You're enjoying. No, no, I'm just talking. Are you enjoying it? Are you enjoying it? Yeah, it's just like I tell you guys, I drive I said 45, it's 45 miles out, and 45 miles, that's 90 miles. Now you Negroes drove 10 miles for Sylvia today. 90 miles. And I drive a foreign car. And it's expensive. So stop it. Stop it. I don't be listen, stop it. You guys don't enjoy the content. I'm just gonna tell you what. You're just gonna have to just manufacture stories when I don't come back and tell you. You're gonna have to manufacture because other reporters got cases to do as well. They can't spend time on this one. It's a lot of work, phone calls, relationships, and a lot of them don't have the hooks that I have over the years. So stop listening to fools when they try to tell you, "Oh, this is the this." Stop listening to them. Maybe she made a mistake, but come on, the woman has a medical issue. She has a medical issue, and when I had a medical issue, she was there for me. That's real. She was there for me. So I'm looking past the little petty stuff, things I would handle it differently. But I'm saying that she was there for me when I had a medical situation. I couldn't drive. I was able to drive that, couldn't drive back, but she was there. I'm being honest with you. She was there. And those people who know me or know my relationship with Sylvia, no, I don't hate that woman. Only people know, not people trying to putting a battery in other people's back. Those people don't care. I don't care about those people because that's all they do. They don't really care about it one way or the other. They don't spend money. They don't use their resources. They run their lips. They don't spend it. They run their lips. That's what they do. Let me tell you something. Hold on. I'm gonna show you something. This is person said. She says, report the case, how it leave the membership thing out of it, please. See, that's what I'm talking about. People want you to spend your resources, but then when you want to have a membership, do you go tell other people with memberships that not to have a membership section? See, this is what I'm talking about. She's not a supporter. She's the same person who would go to a wedding and don't bring a gift. You would go to a wedding, don't bring a gift. See, that's what I'm talking about. Black people. I don't know if you're black, but let me see. You might be black people. Well, thank you. Come on, don't listen. Listen, don't do that. Don't tell me how to enhance my bag. The recovery lease. Don't you think it that it costs to be able to do what I do? A lot of you live in la la land. You're thinking it doesn't cost anything. I'm an independent journalist and I pay for all my equipment, all my resources. You guys think it's just come on, stop. Don't do that. Don't do that. Now, Tiffany, I had to, Tiffany. Was it dentist? Oh my God. Let's see. Okay, hold on. Like, let's see here. Let's see. She said, "Okay, they need to stop because this is ridiculous, and neither of them are really about that street life." Yeah, I'm not about that street. I'm not about the street life. Hmm. Let's see. Hold on. What do you say? Hey, is that Rabbit? Oh, that's Rabbit. Rabbit. I thought it was Rabbit. Rabbit, where you been at? Rabbit, where you been at? Rabbit, where you been at? Okay. Yeah, Thursday. I have I have a big hearing to cover on Thursday and Friday, ladies and gentlemen. And you know, Judge McAfee has tentatively scheduled a hearing Friday for District Attorney Fonnie Willis. Also, this morning, I tweeted out that there is a independent witness that has confirmed that DA Fonnie Willis has in fact paid a large sum of money in cash. And he came forward because he saw the reporting in Georgia, and he was actually a merchant and or vendor in California. He said that she paid cash. He don't know this woman, so that's interesting. Um, and that was a breaking news story earlier today on CNN. And why would he lie? Because they can subpoena him as well. He did a whole interview. I would just say that wait and see what's going on. What's going on? Just wait and see. I'm trying to see if any more questions I need to read here, real quick. Uh, it's a lot to scroll through, ladies and gentlemen. So if you have posted a question, you might want to repost it because I it's a lot to scroll up. I think Fonnie did a good job, Gemini. I think Fonnie did a good job. Nikki, I'm trying to find your question, Nikki. Nikki is moving too quick. Nikki, okay, let me see, Nikki. What you say, Nikki? Hold on. I see you, Nikki. Hold on. If she did do it, should she be held accountable? Is that a rhetorical question? If she did do it, should be held accountable. Now, Nikki, was that a question, or are you just playing in my face? Of course, if she did it, she should be held accountable. I mean, I'm not saying that. I'm saying there's a process. There's a process. But to hold someone there without them getting a day in court is a problem too. You know, listen, we still have the United States Constitution, cruel and unusual punishment. We still just can't just arbitrarily hold people without charging them. Come on, Nikki. I know you asked me that question, but okay, Nikki. Okay, I think you just I know you just trying to see if I'm gonna say no, she shouldn't be able. No, I'm just saying if she's done something and it's factually proven, then yes, no different than anyone else. Right? It's Black History Month. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Repost your question here. Hold on. Right. That you heard that the owner of the winery, Max. So you on it, Max? The owner of the winery. Now, what does he have to do? What does he have to do? Why would he cover up for her? So my issue is, damn, Nathan, you Mac Daddy, she paying cash for everything. What's this all about? Now, when I travel international, I know I had to bring a certain amount of cash. But I used to take a lot of travelers checks back in the day because the cards, you don't what you don't want is being out of town, out of the country, and your cards don't work. You gotta have some kind of cash on you. You gotta. So I don't have a problem with it. I don't have a problem with it. So there's certain people move differently. With my people, we always want to keep it, especially with The older, like my grandparents, they both have passed, but they were definitely not doing checks and all that. They were doing cash. I'm like, my grandmother used to pull the money out of her bra. I'm like, hey, hey, hey. And she'll pull out her bra, open the handkerchief up. Here. I'm like, uh, okay. All right. It's different now, man. You millennials, man, you're doing things differently. All this Cash App and Super Chat and the Zelle and Venmo and with a PayPal and this is a lot of digital money floating around. It really is. Okay, love, Nova. You said I missed your question. Love, go ahead, post it again. Love, I'm gonna see your question again. Love, Nova. Love, what you do is copy and paste your question again. Why you said I missed your question? Copy and paste it. Come on. I done told. Didn't I tell you Sylvia took me pick me up from the eye doctor? Didn't I tell you that? So don't listen. Don't listen. Don't be so critical. I gotta catch it. Okay, let's see. You did do it again. Okay, here we go. Here we go. I got it. I got it. I got it. Boom. I got it. I got it. Doesn't Fulton County have to release her after keeping her for 10 days if Clayton don't come and get her? Also, do you feel a little guilty for telling Dana she was the one that put a air tag on his car? Ah, okay. That's a deep question. Deep. How do I answer this? Let me answer the first part. Uh so the whole 10 thing, excuse me, 10-day, uh that was the normal order of business, but because of the hack, they're being given more time. The judges are being more lenient with the sheriff department because of the hack, and they just being extra careful. And then I'm sure that that is a concern with people getting released. I think they need to go back to the old school and I verify with their eyes and not just rely on computers. But that's another story. Now to your second question, man, you asked a question, and I wrestle with that. I wrestle with that. I wrestle with that. Uh yes, yes, yes. In retrospect, yes, I do because um but if and not if someone's tracking someone else, if someone's tracking someone else, and not to say she was tracking, so maybe she's done it. I again, that part is kind of I just don't like the way this thing is unfolding because she hasn't had a day in court to even explain her side of the story. Um, but saying it to him, probably. But you got to understand the circumstance in which I said it to him and the whole thing and what was going on. And I think Love Nona Creations why I mentioned it. I'll just answer that. Okay. Don't hit me with all these hard questions now. Don't be doing it now. Okay, it's okay. I can take it. I can take it. I can take it. Let's see. So it says, Stanley, what you do have I agree with her at the time. Yes, but I didn't. It was the truth. That's the thing. It was the truth. Both things are truthful. I didn't have to say that, but it was the truth when I said it. I didn't know if that aided him in locating it, I don't see. There's some questions I can't really say too much now. I don't. There's a few questions I still have, and that has to be vetted out. But what I said to him was a fact. That it was a fact. Right. Absolutely. But again, but if you tell someone that it's a crime, and the only way you would be protected in doing that is if you had actually a PI license and you were working on an assignment. That's different. That's why the state licensed you because you had to fall under certain guidelines as a PI. So this might not be that case. So hold on, let me take that question away. So someone said, Toya D. I'm entertaining some of the questions. How you know she did it? I don't know if she did it or not. I know what she said. I don't know if she did it or not. Was she just talking mess? There is some uh, evidence that's pointing back to a family member, according to my source, who is not Dana. I'll just say that. What's that? Let's see. If subpoenaed, he would have to testify. Man, listen. I'm telling you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna be like Tory Lane's bodyguard. I'm out of here. I'm Ghost. I'm Ghost. I'm out of here. Nah. And that's the truth, Nikki. You know that. You know that, Nikki. You know that. Yeah. Man, it got I'm gonna tell you, ladies and gentlemen, he got man. I'm like, why is he picking on her? Yo, leave her alone. Why? Man. Now, I'm saying as a joke, but I can't avoid a lawful subpoena now. Come on. But it's not gonna get to that point. I mean, I done said it publicly. Ain't nothing I lied about, but I don't think it's gonna get to that point at all. Because let me say something. You need more than just my word that she said that she did that. You can't just use my word. You got to do investigation. You got to be able to track it. I mean, you got to be able to track it. Because for all that matter, I could have put a tracker on this car. I don't know what kind of car he drives, but I could have put a tracker on this car. You know, so you can't just take someone's word. You got to do your investigation. Because I wanted to get at him one time. I wanted to get at him. They don't know. I was in the gym late. I think I did about 100 roundhouses on that bag. I was like, oh my god, this guy, big guy. I'm gonna have to. But it was all good. I was up at 4 in the morning, ladies and gentlemen. I was up at 4 in the morning. I said, oh my goodness, hitting and they be calling me a senior citizen, but I get it in. I get it in. I really get it in. But that keeps me in shape, keep my body right. Keeps me anyway. We'll talk about that later. Shirley Williams, shut up, Shirley Williams. Just shut up. Ain't no backpedaling. This is a. I'm gonna start requiring you to show me your. Make sure you're not a minor in here in my comment section. I need to put a disclaimer. You got to be 18 and over when you make comments like that. You got to be 18 and over. Oh, you backpedaling? Oh, you back? No, I'm not. I'm talking to you. Y'all probably haven't been in real conversations. I'm talking to you, and I would say this: just because you have a disagreement with someone, you don't have to mean you want to do harm to that person. I'm talking about Sylvia. I don't I don't listen, let me tell you something. We spoke almost every day. Literally. I used to get in her and tell me if I'm like people that follow Sylvia. I used to get in her in the morning when she started her little prayer circle. I would go in there, hit the cash app and or the super chat, keep it pushing. Y'all know this. It ain't playing. So no, I don't listen. I don't want to see anyone go through unnecessary stuff. That's a fact. But you got to be moving in these streets properly. You got to cover yourself at all times. You got to be moving in these streets properly because right now, in the climate that we're in right now, especially in Atlanta, we're in a political season, tough on crime. It is not worth the time that you would have to spend to get out of a situation. Just gotta move right. Gotta move right. And stop letting people put batteries in your back. You know the term battery, gassing you up, instigating a situation. There are a lot of people that do that. They do that for content, for the clicks and the views. Stop letting people put, batteries in your back. This is a real life situation. Someone is sitting in a jail that has a medical issue. So whatever you don't like about it, a lot of you don't know the person. I know this woman in real life. I've met this woman in real life. Like for real. I didn't know her a long time, but I met this person, talked to this person. So come on. Really. Okay, I want to know why she is charged with a misdemeanor and not a felony. According to the Georgia statute, the type of stalking they did to Dana allegedly is aggravated stalking, which is a felony. Okay, so let's talk about that question. The fact that the detective charged a misdemeanor suggests to me that he doesn't believe it rose to the level of a felony. So he obviously had reservations on seeking a felony warrant. Hopefully, I answered that, and we can talk about that a little later on. But that's a good question. It's a good question. So, I haven't seen the police report, uh, his police report, um, at all, and that would be uh interesting what the details are. But I haven't even seen the police report, and I've heard the guy talking about he's in the police report in the video that he did, talking about his photo and all this stuff in the police report. Is there a correlation? I don't know. Did the detective determine there's a correlation? I don't know. Is there enough history out there to show that there is a correlation? I don't know. Um, that is what if it's in the police report, that is what he may assert it in the police report. But if it's not true, then he has to refute. He has to prove that there is a connection. You know, he has to prove there's a connection because he said it. It's a connection. There's enough stuff out there to show that each of the individuals have been going back and forth. There have been court filings, federal court filings. There have been state court filings. It shows that there's been bad blood amongst these individuals, as well as other individuals. So my question is, how do people who don't know each other, like I don't know, well, I don't know if the DeBosi met. Well, he did. I would assume he met Dana probably in New York because they both were in New York at the federal courthouse. But how did this thing get so blown out of proportion? People need to be stacking their bread. That's what they need to be doing. Stacking their money, stacking those G's, because you're spending money on things that you should not spend money on and resources. It's just crazy. Anyway, let's see. I am implementing my Fifth Amendment rights to say whatever the I want to say and who's going to check me, boo, in my Keith Sweat voice. listen, listen, listen. You know who coined that phrase, right? I'm gonna give you some backstory. I'm gonna give you some backstory. Who gonna check me, boo, was by my friend Sheree Whitfield. I used to represent Sheree Whitfield in the PR realm, and it was a party planner, Anthony Tony, that had promised over promised some things to Sheree, and he didn't deliver. And as a result, uh, she called him on the carpet about it. So this, you guys are probably don't remember the backstory, but there was a meeting, and he was basically telling her what he thought she should do, and she's like, "No, no, 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 this is my show," and it just got very contentious. So I called Sherry and said, I called last week. I said, "Do me a favor." Someone had asked me about that phrase. I said it was Sheree, and it was Sheree who did that. And I think she should have did some T-shirts because it was. I see a lot of people coining the phrase now. You remember that episode? Do you remember me? How about that, Tiffany? Let's see. Hold on a second. Let's see. Oh, well, hold on. That's funny. You know something? You know something? You are right. That vein was coming out. You know that vein was coming out. And Sheree work out. She works out. She works out. But that vein came out. Shannon had her old nose. What? Shannon? Shannon who? Shannon who? No, 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 no. Sheree's very smart. She's very smart. I don't want to talk about the Real Housewives and everything. I leave that to Michelle. That's a good friend. She talks everything housewives. I don't want to step on her toes. See, that's why you have to respect your people. Michelle, straight from the A, is my people. She knows everything Real Housewives. I have a good friend is about to join the show, Ming Lee. So you guys watch out for that. Um, Michelle's going to talk about it. I'm gonna leave that alone unless she brings me on. We'll talk about it. But I too could have been on the Housewives more than one time. But I was on it one time. You guys remember the history? When Apollo, you remember the story about Apollo when he was married to Phaedra? I don't know how many of you remember that, but I actually interviewed him during his federal case, and they ran that on the show. So you gotta do your homework. Block the terrorists. Who's the terrorist? Tell me who the terrorists I need to block. They don't need to be in here. This is why I'm setting up my membership channel. I can share so much history with you guys. So much history. But tell me who I need to block real quick. Randa. See, I'm gonna tell you something, Randa. I'm gonna tell you about Randa. Hey Randa, how you doing, Randa? How you doing, Randa? I ain't gonna block you, Randa. I ain't gonna block you. Keep that channel going, Randa. Keep that channel going. Keep the algorithm pumping, Randa. Hey, Randa, are you up here signifying, Randa? You know, signifying. That's my grandmother said. You up here signifying, Randa? What are you doing, Randa? Let me see what Randa did. Let me see. Let's see here. Let's see. Let's see here. I can't find anything yet. No, the reason why thumbnail is excuse me, the reason why Daboski is on the thumbnails because Daboski has some choice words for me, but he didn't want to say it to me directly, but he has some choice words. Are you Randy, you call me bozo? I, Randy, are you really calling me bozo? Or are you saying I don't know. I don't know. Maybe that wasn't phrased right. Oh, you know. Oh, you. Okay, I'm watching. Okay, hold on. Okay, 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 okay. 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 I'm sorry, Rand. I'm sorry, Rand. Listen, Randa, you really be thinking, Randa, I'm gonna tell you something. You really be thinking I'll be looking at all these videos. I don't. I just want to try and tell you. I just started recently because uh, a mutual friend is in trouble. That's why I started looking at this stuff. But I didn't really have time for this. Oh my God. I'm still working on my book, Randa. My book is still my book is still not done. And I gotta spend time with this. I can't give this too much time. I can't give this too much time, but I gotta finish my book. My book should have been done in December. So I can't. Hold on a second here. Let's see. Why did you tell on her if you are? Let's see. So she says, "Why did you tell on her if you are sorry?" You know, I like to post stupid questions too. I'm not gonna answer that one. I don't answer stupid questions. Yeah, I don't answer stupid questions. Let's see here. Who else? Right. This is Black History Month. Come on, let's all hold digital hands and sing the song. We shall overcome. We shall overcome. We shall overcome one day. Come on. Come on. Deep in my heart, I do believe that we shall overcome one day. Come on. Listen. Lonnie. Lonnie. Shout out to Avery. Where Lonnie at? Where Lonnie at? Lonnie, why you gonna do that? Where Lonnie at? Lonnie, you're kind of going on too quick. Okay. Wait, hold on. Lonnie, don't do me that way, Lonnie. Lonnie, you really want me to hit high note? Do you really want me Lonnie, listen, I'm gonna ask you again. Lonnie, do you want me to hit a high note? Okay, here we go. We shall overcome. We shall overcome one day. I'm sorry, something's wrong with my voice. I'm sorry, Lonnie. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Hold on a second. Let's see here. Lonnie, come on, listen. Who, listen, I do have a lot of Hollywood friends, but they charge a lot to teach me. I have super producer friends. I have about one, two, three, four, five, six super producers that are on some of the biggest songs in the world. But they ain't put me in the studio. They ain't put me in the booth. They ain't put me. They want me. They want me to write the story about the people that they write for. They ain't bartering like that, Lonnie. They not. Nah, they ain't doing me that way. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. All right. Listen. We got work to do. We got work to do. Oh my goodness. Okay. She says she wants more than Alvin. What do you want? I gotta get my deep voice. You want what do you want? You want some Luther? Or you want some deep voice? Um, sorry, guys. Something's going on today. I gotta drink some hot chocolate or something. Okay. Okay. I'm just having fun at this point, ladies and gentlemen. Just having a little fun right now. Okay, hold on. Barry White. Oh. No, I'm not actually. I actually can't sing. Lonnie, don't do that. But you gotta pay me. You want no, listen, you gotta go in the membership section. You want to hear me sing. You want to see my singing, you want to see my special skills, you gotta be in the membership section. It's not for everybody. It's only for my members. Which April? What episode do you remember? Which April? What episode? Let's see here. Tiffany told me to stop. I'm leaving. Yeah. Hold on one second. Let's see. I'm gonna post this here. I'm gonna post this here. Yo, well, let me ask you a question, uh, Randa, for real. You be going so hard, Randa. I heard a few of your videos. You be going hard, Randa. Why? You be going so hard. You just told me why. Look at this weirdo here. Look at this. No, that's not it. I pray. So you should save your prayers for the good. Good people don't have evil prayers. Good people don't have evil prayers. See, this is what I'm talking about. You pray for the worst things. Pray for health, prosperity, and peace in the Middle East. You pray for people's. Yeah, see, you're an evil person. I don't want you. I don't want you. Get out of here. I don't want your energy on my page. Get out of here. Yeah, just get out of here. Just you're not allowed here anymore. You gotta go. You gotta go. You can't come here anymore. You can't come here anymore. Joe Martin and Associates. People joking. This is why some people will only be who they are. Let's be serious about growth. You have a platform that can help change several lives. Absolutely. And this is why. it's important to filter out those individuals that are not even able to comprehend the information or not even receive the information. This is why when I bring my guest on, it's only for a certain caliber of individuals. It's not for everybody. No different than you go to other platforms. Low frequency platforms is where a lot of them need to be at. If you think at a higher level, then this will be the information that you will probably receive much better. This is why my guests, for the most part, are very skilled in their profession. Very skilled in their profession. So Joe Martin and Associates, it sounds like a law firm, but in what I'm saying to you right now is you are absolutely right. And this is why we have a membership section, because sometimes people just come on and just to just create um confusion, and you just get rid of them. This is why I like when people step out there. I have comments moderate so I can know who the snipe you out of here. I'm gonna snipe you out of here. I'm gonna snipe you out of here. Because eventually they'll get tired. And they'll get tired. And it comes will never be seen. And then they gotta move on to another channel and do their trolling. So yes, I concur with you, sir. Said drop the link. Let's see. Are you gonna go on camera? Because I'm gonna see I'm gonna drop the link I'm gonna drop the link, but you're gonna have to go on camera. So if you're courageous enough to ask me to drop the link, I want you to go on camera. I'm gonna drop the link right now. But I want you on camera. Don't come and say I can't get up because my hair is not done. Don't ask me to drop the link if you're not prepared. I just dropped the link. Now you can click on the link. How about that? I dropped the link. Make sure you are willing to go on camera, or you're just going to get blocked and you can't say drop the link anymore. I dropped the link. Anyone can get on this platform as long as you're willing to get on camera. He won't get on camera. He's not coming over here. Let's see here. Okay, no one has anything to say. I dropped the link. I'm confused. Where's all the people at? They asked me to drop the link. They want to be heard. You have an opportunity to be heard. This is not the main platform, the main channel. Come on up. Be heard. Come on. Get it off your chest. Get it off your chest. I'm ready. Let's go. Let's go. Hold on, guys. Hold on. Stand by, guys. Hold on. Stand by, ladies and gentlemen. Stand by. Okay. Ooh. Guys, I got to take a call. Okay. Oh, look at this guy. Look at this guy. Listen, I'm gonna tell you what. You better listen. Don't be moving around, looking around, trying to think about what you're going to say. I'm gonna bring you up. Look into the camera too. Look me in the eye. Come on, yeah. Right there. Sit down. You're moving around too much. You make me nervous. I need to see your hands too. Take your hands out your pocket. Hold on.
What's up?
What's up? What's up with all this wolf tickets you be issuing on social media? What's up with that?
I don't make wolf tickets. Anything I say, I mean, and I stand on it. The federal government, everything I said to them, they dismissed it, so it couldn't have been a threat.
Well, hold on.
That picture on your thumbnail, I never even saw a judge for it. I got let out of the fucking booking station. I never even went in front of a judge because it wasn't a charge. It was
Well, that's
just a
why.
police report. I
Right.
haven't been convicted of a crime in 16 years.
Well, hold on. That's why I said you. I don't know the backstory of that story. That's why you had to tell the story
It
because
wasn't no backstory. I got put in handcuffs in front of everybody else, got embarrassed in front of everybody else, never saw a judge, never got charged with a crime.
So let me ask you a question. The girl that was in front, because
Mm-hmm.
you know I did say it was a girl there with long hair and glasses, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did you know that individual?
I slept with her.
Oh man.
And then
So
when she found out that I got a life, I got a woman, and you ain't the one, then that was her payback.
and I think you said that outside the courthouse too, didn't you?
Yeah, and when the police realized what I told them, they let me go. You went to housing authority to make a police report about me, and I don't live in your projects.
So I was right about PSA, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
it was just a whole embarrassment, situation. But as far as this Dana
Well,
thing,
hold on. Before we go there, um, you are aware that when you were going through the whole federal situation, uh, that one you did speak to me on the phone, correct?
yes,
You also saw some of my tweets referencing your case, right?
when people sent them to me, yeah,
Okay. Was it at any time, any point in time, did I disparage your name at any point in time?
nah,
Right,
nah. No,
right.
I never. Even now, I don't have a dog in the fight between you and Sylvia. I don't.
No, well, hold on. But you did listen. I can hear very well, and I can interpret the underlining message. But you did try to come at me. That's the term.
Let me tell you. Let me tell you why though.
Okay, I'm listening.
Now, the federal case that I had was dismissed after we showed links to Dana J YouTube videos, after the federal attorney that was afforded to me, seeing him posting my mother's address. The federal government handed us a recording of him saying he was going to blow my head off. We utilized these things and asked for a deferred prosecution, which led to a dismissal. So when I see the lady, grown woman vibes, reading Dana's paperwork, she scrolls through his paperwork and I see my picture. I see my YouTube page. I see posts that I made in reference to people that support my YouTube page being used in his police report. And I seen you promoting this situation with him
Well,
and Sylvia.
hold on. Let's not conflate the two. I didn't see the paperwork in that you referenced. That's the first thing.
Mhm.
And promoting the situation is a mischaracterization of what I said to Sylvia. So I don't want you to conflate the two.
You went
So
live and said she in jail. She wasn't in jail. Then you came back and did another live. Today she's in jail. Then after that you did another live. Today she in jail. And that's promotion.
no, that's not promotion. That is I explained it. I think you saw my explanation. The video's still there, so it wasn't promotion. So I don't mischaracterize what was happening. It was a reporting, and I came back and corrected the reporting because when the daughter went live, I don't know if you were aware that she went live that Sunday. It is when I reported after the fact because she said her house was swatted. So my understanding of being SWAT is a SWAT team came out, a series of cops came out. So and I got information that they were there to make an arrest. That's the information I received.
Okay.
So when you say promoting him, you and him have major issues.
I
It
don't
is
think you was promoting him.
no. Okay. So it sounds
I
like
think you was promoting your channel, promoting the information.
well, not no,
You
no.
call it journalism.
Okay, it's not called. It is journalism. It is
Okay,
reporting a
journalism.
story, but not promoting him. So I don't want you to conflate what issues you have with him
I
with
don't
what
have an
I
issue
do.
with him.
You
I don't. Uh, you know, any issue that I have with him is being dealt with. So it's not an issue anymore. When you call my baby mother at work while she's working, she didn't give you her phone number. I don't know how you was able to obtain that. I don't make no excuses for it. She have a right to make a police report. When you go and you pull up people around me, Facebook and personal information, they have a right to make a police report. Anything that he's saying about me and Sylvia police report, if they ever want to question me, go contact the federal public defender that was afforded to me, and she can tell you all about this guy. Anytime I can use you and your YouTube links and the things you're saying on your YouTube page in a federal case and get a dismissal, obviously you must be off the radar with some of the things that you're saying, because a threat to federal prosecutors was dismissed because of your conduct, because of your actions, which mean that your actions and your conduct trumped anything that I was being accused of. Now, he put in this police report that Sylvia shared her tracking information with me. I don't need Sylvia to track you for me. You got in front of a news camera with Harrison Floyd. When you got in front of that news camera with Harrison Floyd, I asked everybody that I know in Atlanta, do you know this guy? And that's how I found out where you was at. I sent you in the mail.
Hold on 1 second. This is an important question. Listen to the question. When you saw him on that, and I covered that hearing, the one that you referenced. Why was it important for you to know where he was at, even though he was on? You saw him there. What is it?
Because I had paperwork. Like I said, I don't have a problem with him because the problem is being handled. I went to court. I got paperwork. I got the address like the judge requested that I did. I sent him legal documents that he signed for. After that, we moved forward with the sheriff department in Atlanta, Illinois, worked with the sheriff department in Atlanta. They went to his house and tried to serve him. Any looking that I did for him, I'm gonna let them ride past. But any looking that I did for him, I did it under the pretense to get you served with a stalking no contact order after you have been listed in federal paperwork as threatening me, posting my mother's address, and things of that nature. So anything I was looking for you for, I looked for you to serve you with legal documents. And however I went about looking for you, that it is what it is. I know where you was going to be at because you made it known where you're going to be at. You went live where you was at. And that's how I got your location, to try to get you served with paperwork to stop threatening me, stop contacting my family members, stop posting my address, stop posting my mother's address. This dude done read VIN numbers off cars, all of this. So you're not a victim. And if somebody's tracking you, a misdemeanor charge and none of this is going to probably stop the karma that's going to beat him home. And that's just the fact of the matter.
Okay, so I want to stay on track here. So what I'm hearing from you right now is that at some point in time, you had a serious interest about locating him so you can serve him with court papers.
No doubt. And I did.
Okay, but hold on. Had Harrison Floyd not, him and Harrison Floyd not got on camera,
then I wouldn't have met him. I would never known.
Let me ask the question. If those two hadn't got on camera, would it have been your course of action? Because apparently you were aggressively trying to locate him.
The next course of action would have been to hire a process server. That would have been the next course of action. But when you got an idiot that get in front of a news camera, and when I look at his police report with me in it, one of them is me posting his location, which I did post his location. But I posted your location.
Hold on. Okay, how would you have his location?
Because he went live on his YouTube and he said, I'm on 285 in Main Street. I never been down there, so I wouldn't even know 285 in Main Street at all. He said that that's where he was at. He lifted the camera up and he showed his background. He said, the post office right across the street. I went and looked because at that time I was trying to serve you. And I say, oh, that's the police station you at. I screenshotted it and put it up and said, hey, you at the police station. But he took it, went into the police station and said Sylvia gave me his location when he dropped his own location. Now that's all the truth. Everything I'm saying is the truth. If I went to court papers will reflect that I went to court papers will reflect that I tried to get you served with an order of protection. Court records will reflect that I sent a notary letter to you that you signed for. Court records will reflect that sheriffs in that county been to your address trying to serve you. Everything I did was on the up and up. I didn't pull up to his house. I didn't put a tag on this car. You want to be a celebrity, you want to get in front of cameras, you want to be known. So when you get known and you don't know who know you, then don't be surprised when somebody find your location. This man has showed this house here that I live in inside and out. So I don't know why he trying to play victim about things that he has already done to other people.
Let me ask you another question. The underlying reason why you got the restraining orders because of something that was done to your girlfriend.
The underlying reason of why I got the restraining order was because of what I went through while being on federal house arrest.
So this you're suing civilly.
Yeah, my very first contact with the federal government after being afforded a bond was a bond ratification hearing. My heart racing. I'm thinking I'm about to go into custody. I'm trying to figure out what did I do wrong. I haven't even been out of the house. They play a recording for me, and this guy, and he's talking to Randa. And he's telling Randa how he's looking for my location to blow my head off. And they like, I remember you covered this. You covered this on your Instagram. And you was like, and he came on your Instagram and he told you, yeah, that's me. And yeah, I said that. But they wanted to take me in custody for your threat. And that's when I felt, you know what? The same rights that's afforded to everybody else should be afforded to me. And I'm going to put paperwork in just in case, since everybody else got a jump start on me, because I never made a police report in my life. An order of protection is not a police report. But when the government is handing me a recording of this man threatening me and you're not pressing any charges on him, but you want to press charges on me saying that I threatened you, that's the miscarriage of justice, because it should be handed out the same way. Nowhere in that recording of these so-called threats to prosecutors did I ever say I was going to hurt any one of them. And when you take a slice of a 10-hour live and only give 5 minutes over, then you can make that 5 minutes however you want to interpret it when you hand it over. But when they had the opportunity to fully listen, they was able to see.
And now that was the issue for me, because I didn't hear the whole recording in its totality.
It was brutal. It was brutal. It was saying that the prosecutors needed to charge the parents. This is their phone numbers. Call them, ask them why they not holding the parents accountable. Let them know that we seen text messages between Alice Clary and she poses her daughter talking to R. Kelly, and we had a big petition.
Just because I don't want you to say too much on the channel, because this may be, like, I'm just cautioning you that,
I'm not worried.
Okay, so
my federal paperwork with him in it trump anything he's saying about me.
How did you get arrested in the first place? Who turned you in?
What they saying is they got this video from quote unquote individual one, and you running down on me because of the urgency. You didn't have time to investigate, so you arrested me and then investigated.
So who's individual one?
Individual one could be the person who screen recorded the video, who got mailed.
You don't know.
I don't know, but I'm just telling you how my lawyer told me. When I say who is individual one, my lawyer responded and said, on the screen recorded video that is handed over, a person by the name of Ty Lee gets spam mail on this recording. Do you know anyone named Ty Lee? And the only Ty Lee I know is a woman that's in a wheelchair on YouTube that I offended a couple times, and I made her aware of that. But
Christopher, I'm gonna call you Christopher. So, you know, when I call you by your first name, I'm trying to have a real heart to heart with you, brother.
That's cool.
Listen, this whole back and forth banter is it's just, I mean, you literally had to sit down for that time, and you and I spoke on the phone. I mean, a restraining order. You're in Chicago. He's in.
Well, but I'm coming to Atlanta. I'm coming to Atlanta
for legitimate reasons.
I got friends down there. How you think I located him? I dropped my friend off to the airport when he moved down there. So I got friends down there. I go to moped rallies down there. It's a junkyard of mopeds down there. That's the only junkyard in the United States. I go down there through other people to get shit sent back to me. But I'm going myself.
Hold on, real quick. I need a part for my BMW. Do they have BMW parts?
No, I'm saying a moped junkyard. You know what a
Oh,
moped is?
yeah. I don't listen. I ride the big bikes, not the little ones.
Yeah, I collect the old mopeds. Like, I don't know if you can see this one over there. Can you see that?
Okay, yeah, okay.
You know, I collect a lot of them. I got about 40, 50 of those.
You sell them?
Nah, I like to collect them.
Oh, you trying to be like not Dave Letterman, but what's the other one that had the talk show? That has the car.
Yeah,
You,
that's my dude too.
no, you know who it is. He had a big show. You know,
Yeah, yeah.
someone put his name in the chat.
He got the whole museum. He got some nice stuff.
Yeah, I think he's from the Mid East as well.
Jay Leno.
Jay Leno, that's it. Jay Leno.
Yeah, Jay Leno. He got some nice stuff. But you know, the only tit for tat and things that I'm in right now is just holding you accountable like you try to hold other people accountable. If I would have held you accountable way before this, you would have been stopped way before this. You know, people take advantage of, I'm not going to make a police report. People take advantage of, I'm just going back and forth with you. And then you go make a report and it just look like, oh, he started it. Or, oh, he's participating. So at this point, it's all about the pen and paper. It's all about the pen and paper.
Totally. I see you on the platform. Just give me a second, okay? Give me a thumbs up if you hear me.
And you know, I'm not saying that I'm a victim. I would never be a victim. I'm from Chicago. I would never be the victim. Whoever come against me gonna be the victim before I would be a victim. But I'm not gonna go to the police and tell them.
Hold on. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right. What's good, my brother? What you guys add to this conversation?
What's good? I come on this platform. I know, you know.
Man, those some big glasses, man. I need them.
Listen, you know, it's been a whole lot going on for a few years, and a lot of these things
hold on.
started.
You're not beefing with the boss because I don't want no beefing.
No,
I don't even know this dude. I don't even know him.
Okay. All right.
No.
What's going on, totally?
But I do have a question for the boss.
Sucker now. He has a question for you.
Go for it.
I want to know. I know that I don't get in between what people got going on. It's to me using my common sense. I can see that at one time you guys have been around each other. I don't know for what. I don't know. You know, if you guys know anything about each other now, but one thing that I have been playing on my channel and I'm letting it be known, you talk about things that has been done to you and things like that, and I've heard you. But I also know that you send threats out there, man, and a lot of you fellas,
You said you had a question. You had a
Right.
question.
I do.
What's the question?
The question is coming.
If they feel threatened, if they feel threatened, tell them to go get a police report.
No,
Okay,
I want to know.
If they feel threatened, stop watching me.
I just want to know why would you make a threat towards a celebrity entertainer that you
Man, you think I give a fuck
was
about R.
representing?
Kelly? You want to suck his dick? I don't give a fuck about R. Kelly. You want to suck his dick? Right? Don't come at me with no R. Kelly staying shit, nigga.
What?
Hold on.
Don't come at me with no R. Kelly staying shit. You know why I threatened him? I'm gonna tell you why I threatened him. I threatened him because let me answer this, Dennis.
Well, hold on. But before you answer we're not going to use. You know, this is still my platform. You know, that people are going to be watching my platform. We ain't cussing. We ain't inviting people to your parts. And we ain't doing that. We're going to be we all grown men. We all can speak respectfully. And if we can't speak respectfully, then we got to take it to the mat. But we're not going to do it here. That's all. I'm trying to get sponsored by Disney. This ain't gonna be a Disney-friendly channel if you just go ranting. All right, DeBosi, can I get a nod? Can I get a nod? Okay, let's go.
I'm gonna be respectful, and I'm gonna say this in the most respectful way because I just hate when people come to me questioning anything I said when it comes to a man that I organized protesters for. I got in front of TV cameras and said he deserved his due process rights. Now, why did I threaten him? Why did his cousin on YouTube threaten me? Why did his mentee on YouTube threaten me? Let me answer the question. Let me answer the question. Let me answer the question. No. Let me answer. His YouTube cousin Levi threatened me. His YouTube mentee Dana threatened me. Will Edie sit in his car threatened me. You didn't care about when they threatened me, but you cared about when I threatened their associate. So it goes both ways. I don't give a damn about dude. He doing 30 years. He got to do them 30 years to Jennifer Bunjean, throw a Hail Mary for him. I'm free. I'm free while they talking about what they gonna do to me with they cousin, they mentee, they friend in jail. I'm not in jail.
Hold on. Go ahead. You got it totally.
Okay, but this is one of the in Black History Month, Dennis, right? This is one
Yes,
of the
sir.
biggest issues in our community. I find it hard to believe that someone who marched for this man, he prides himself on organizing the rally and everything, and he knows that this guy that he's talking about is not no type of relation to R. Kelly at all. But the whole thing
But
is
he got phone calls with R. Kelly.
you
Why he
still
threatened
it
me?
doesn't
He
matter.
got phone calls with R. Kelly.
Go. Got.
That
Dos,
goes that goes to the
let him talk,
language
Dosky.
to the lawsuit that Jennifer Bonjean has dropped over there back in November because it seemed like some breach of information because these phone calls
Okay.
that he's speaking on shouldn't even happen.
Okay. So, what is your next question?
My next question is what made the switch? How do you flip from being a supporter of something that regardless if it could be R. Kelly, anybody else. We in Black History Month. So it could be anybody.
So
How
your
you
question.
go from
Your
how
question
do
is
you go from a support system to I want to kill this MFer. I want to have something done to this person.
okay.
How do you switch?
Okay.
This is a common issue in our own community. So that's the reason why I'm
Let him
asking this
answer the
question as a
question.
man.
Let him answer the question. So stand by.
That answer is real simple. I did more for R. Kelly than the people that know him. I did more for R. Kelly than you sitting on the screen trying to question my integrity. When I see people that support R. Kelly and know R. Kelly and have phone calls with R. Kelly, threatening me, saying that they got me arrested federally, saying that they hope I go to jail and get beaten to death, the government giving me phone calls where they saying they'll blow my head off, that's my response to him and them. And if you don't like it, you don't like it. But at the end of the day, when I came out and walked the streets for that black man saying that he deserved his presumption of innocence, you wasn't there. I don't know it, Sylvia. Sylvia came on the scene with Dana J doxing me. Sylvia came on the scene with Dana J going at me. I met Sylvia when she asked me to come to New York to support their protest. I put my differences to the side to come out there and walk for this man. I don't owe R. Kelly and he don't owe me. So when his cousin getting on here antagonizing me, threatening me, when his mentee getting on here antagonizing me, threatening me, when Will Edie, his friend, getting on here, dropping his location, asking me to pull up, when his fans is
Well, I would say this first and foremost. I don't know these individuals, the names that they're naming. Their views are not my views, and the channel doesn't just giving them a platform to talk. So when people are hearing this is their views, not my views. I have my own views. I was a reporter covering R. Kelly's case. I also covered um, uh, various hearings in Chicago, New York. So, they have their views. I'm not a pro or anti R. Kelly. My job is to cover the story, and I covered the story. You guys may have background history. I'm not privy to. I'm just covering it from the perspective I covered it from, the court filings and sitting in the courtroom and so forth. So his question essentially was, why did you change positions? And your answer essentially was, you had a choice. You didn't like what was going on. I can't. I mean,
No,
you didn't read.
my real answer is I felt like I was Moses. I already led y'all on protesters, feared everybody that came here, parked people cars that came here. Every time I did a rally, everybody didn't have money. I put on their hotel rooms. I helped park their car. I took them to R. Kelly house. I took them to R. Kelly's studio, 40 and 80 people at a time, out my own pocket. But after Moses came from the top of the hill and after he spread at the Red Sea, he came back and they was worshiping something else. After I did everything I could for them, they conspired with each other to go and work with the government on this man case. The part that you're missing is to get me arrested for threatening the prosecutors meant you had to be working with those prosecutors. 2 days before this man's sentencing, who getting arrested? Me. And the judge used me as a scapegoat to get that man 20 more years than what the government even recommended through the help of who? The same people I walked the streets with. I did more for R. Kelly than the people that know him. Always remember that. I don't have to prove to you what I support and what I don't support because the federal government called me a super fan. When you understand that, I don't think they get their stuff wrong. They wouldn't have called me a super fan if I wasn't going hard. They know what they did. They know who I was, and they know what I did in the name of R. Kelly. I don't have to prove
But
that to
Moses,
you.
my
I
my
won't prove
question
that to
my
you or
question was
anybody
only
else.
towards you though. My question was only towards you. So any other name that you brought up really was irrelevant. I only wanted to ask him the question. You know what I'm saying? So like, at the end of the day, he just told you that, and you told him that you covered the situation where he got arrested up in New York. Obviously, that didn't have. He just told.
Okay, so your screen went black. Okay, go ahead.
Um, Obviously, he just told you that he threatened the prosecutor. The the question that I asked was,
Well,
what made
he didn't
you threaten R. Kelly?
he didn't say he threatened the prosecutors. He said that the story that was put out
Hmm.
there was that he there was a small clip that uh,
Hmm.
su- su- allegedly supported the threat against the prosecutor, but it was a bigger story, and and they used a part of it, and basically they had information that, according to him, that did not support the charges, and he says charges were dropped. He got a the deferment program or something. He left. I don't know why he left. He left, but that was your question, and anything else?
I just want to say, I think that it's totally bogus, for this whole blogger versus journalist thing. Listen, man, I've had my differences of things. I know um I've spoke on, the coverage of certain things and pieces of thing, and I know you take your position very serious. But never would I ever try to challenge your integrity and what you're doing and reporting. I think anybody who looks at you trying to hate on this person or hate on that person, I just think that that is just foolish to even be thinking. Especially if you are new to this broadcasting type thing. I'm not new to this broadcasting thing, but I'm not no journalist either. You know what I'm
That's
saying? So it'd be stupid for me to challenge you.
Well, no, you can ask questions like anyone else. If you don't, if you have a question on why I do certain things, uh, I would just say that look at other journalists in this field, and and see they everyone has different ways of approaching
Right,
uh, doing reporting, and they some are have interest, special interest that why they do it, and others have they want to just get the facts out there. And any journalist that say they don't have a little bias about something, they're probably lying to because I've covered cases where I'm like, damn, that nigga guilty as hell, but I still got to report the story. No different
right,
than others report on stories that are beneficial to whatever their special interest is. So you just got to know how to sort out the fluff from the facts. Just
right,
gotta you
right. And
can't
I want to let you know that my question was totally directed towards the gentleman that was on the platform. It had nothing to do with anybody else that he brought up. I don't even know why I went there. I just wanted to ask that question.
Well,
It's not about being pro. It was.
no,
It's
no, no.
not. It's not
I saw what
about
you was
being
doing.
pro R. Kelly or nothing like that. It's just those are the things that we see that are damaging our community.
Right, right.
We're doing it to ourselves, and until we are really true to ourselves about the self-inflicted wounds and learn how to find a way to repair them, we're gonna be stuck facing the same thing over and over again. And for this to be Black History Month, our month, it's a shame to know it looks like some of our own kind is at war with each other, and most of us don't even know why and don't even know each other.
That's the problem I have. That there are people that just spew so much hate and rage, and I'm like, wow. Like, just think about the pandemic and think about what the life was looking like during the pandemic and the people that I lost some very close people in my family, and
Yeah,
I wasn't thinking about beefs on the internet. I'm thinking about real life stuff. Because once you turn the computer off, then what do you have? You got to deal with the reality of
right,
what your life is about. So when people are going at it on the social media, I get it. I get it. Like no different than platforms like TMZ. They do stories on controversial issues, but it's a part of entertainment. It gets people away from the reality of what they're dealing with in their actual lives. So
right,
when people are out here and taking this YouTube thing to a level where it's now getting into the courts, you guys, it's like me being a part of a story that I'm covering. Now I'm taking it to the next level. When I go to courts, the, in all the years I've covered Fulton County or the other courts, you don't know I'm there until the story is done, typically, unless I have a camera there. I don't never want to be a part of a story that I'm covering because then I broke one of my cardinal rules. So, and I think anyone that, even for YouTubers, if you try to, again, I don't know if their standards really set for YouTubers and the bloggers and the way they blog, uh, versus what certain things I would never do as a blogger. So I'm a blogger, but I'm also a journalist as well. I see someone else just clicked the link. But my point
but
is,
I would expect for you to do, you know, exactly what you've been doing, bringing, the reporting. Like when I when I never knew what a blogger was. I'm just being honest with you.
mhm,
I thought it was a filtration between, real news and, I
right.
guess you could say street news or whatever, or, put it in a style where you translating it,
Mhm.
but when you see the community for what it is, you don't, it's not that. It's more of, um,
Toxicity,
I don't know.
a lot of it.
Yeah,
it,
yeah,
it is. It's just what it is. This is why I bring on my platform most times, like a lot of professionals, because I think you can learn from people that are actually doing this. And you gotta go back and go to hip hop on the Hip Hop Inquirer side of my other channel and look at some of the guests we have on there and some of the topics we talk about, and then we can have discussions and reactions about those kind of stories. But it doesn't have to be like I want to fight them. I don't believe this thing is kind of weird to me. Like you threaten me.
yeah,
You threaten me on the internet. I I'm not I'm not from that space. I'm going to respond in the manner in which I think is best for me. You know, so I
right,
say let's be respectful to each other. Because I can tell you, half the people you see on the internet, they wouldn't have the energy for you in the street. They would not. They would not have the energy. So I
right,
know from my own experience that I have to be able to separate the two at the end of the day, and and just keep everyone respectful as much as I can. But if I can't, you guys, if you want to go, it's ways of dealing with it.
the
But you
thing
gotta be
about it
careful.
is, man, this platform is so wide open, and we we as a people, we should be better. We're so talented to where we can do so much. And you see other channels that do other things with their platform. So, it's not saying it can't be done. I just think that
It,
sometimes
it
we
can
dumb
be
ourselves down
absolutely.
to what's the most comfortable is.
Hold on a
and
second, my brother.
we're way better than that.
Joe, what's going on, Joe?
Hey, how you doing, Mr. Dennis? Can you hear me?
Joe, you got that system over there, Joe. I see what you're doing over there. You
Hey,
got
we
the
over
blue,
here.
purple lights in the basement.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Wait,
sir.
hold
We
on. Let me turn
working.
my lights down. You got me looking crazy over here. What's going on, Joe?
Man,
Hold on a second,
everything's
Joe.
good.
I
Everything's
got
good. How y'all doing today?
good. Totally unrated.
Doing
Let me
good.
let me just bring this brother up. I appreciate you coming on. Make sure you
Appreciate you, Dennis. Thank you
being
very much.
being locked in, my brother. I appreciate you as well. Thank you. What's up, Joe?
Hey, how you doing, Mr. Dennis?
Good, man. I thought you was at the law firms of Dewey, Howie, and Cheatham. I saw the in associates.
No, I own a software company. So
Okay.
I
What
own
type
a
of
software company, and for 20 years I've been helping businesses and just helping people position themselves and grow on the business side. Um,
so when you
I,
say software company, tell me something
mhm.
about the software that you're selling, or do you do like uh just engineering, networking, what?
Well, I do. So what I do is I build systems for businesses. So we focus a lot on AI technology. We focus a lot on workflow automation. What I did was I took every tool that a business needs and put it all in one place. So you got a lot of businesses out here. What they'll do is they'll take different tools and different things and try to duct tape them together to run one business. So instead of a person having to do all of this duct taping, we put it in one place, so a person got one system and they operate out of one platform to get the goal done.
For
And I
example.
also, for example, so like say for instance, if you got a business, right? And then this
Hmm.
person has Calendly, that's their scheduler,
Hmm.
right? And then they got Constant Contact, that's their
Okay.
email.
Hmm.
And then they got Wix, that's their website. Then they
Hmm.
got ClickFunnels, that's their funnel. See, all
Okay.
of these different things, they trying to duct tape all of these systems together to run one situation. So what we did was we took all of those tools and put it in one place. So
So
now
you
you
create
operating out of one.
a proprietary, almost like a contact management system for businesses.
Yep, CRM. It's a
Okay.
CRM. So
Okay.
and that's just something that I teach because in business there's three components, right? In every business, it's three components. It's traffic, because a person, if you don't have leads or if you don't have traffic, you don't have a business, right? So you got traffic, then you need a conversion mechanism, which is most people might say a CRM, because you have to have a place to put the traffic. When you capture all these people, you have to have a place to put them so that you can nurture them into a booking and then nurture them and just kind of nurture them, continue to give them value. You need that conversion mechanism. And the last component is the fulfillment. That's going to be solely on the business. That's solely on whatever that product or that service it is that that person provides, is solely on that. So for the last 20 years, this is what I've been doing. I'm 43. I started my first business at 24,
Hmm.
and I had the determination, the dedication, and the commitment to make sure I do it. Um, I
Who do
had to
you
die.
who do you target? You target small business, medium-sized business, or large corporations?
Well, I just signed up one of the largest credit unions here in Atlanta. Black
Okay.
owned. They've been around since 1928.
Okay.
So we could help small businesses to large businesses.
Okay.
This credit union got 14,000 members. So I would probably say that that's a pretty big credit union.
And
Um,
you got to have good software to be able to manage that size
yeah,
of an organization.
because at the end of the day, it's about convenience. Everybody, we need convenience, right? Our time is our greatest asset. So, with that being said, let me help you take more control of your time versus just being all the way in the business. So what I teach people is work on the business and not in the business. Now, a lot of times when you got solopreneurs just starting off, of course they got to work in the business until they get to a certain place and then they can work on the business. But I want to help them get to that point a lot faster with automation and systems and things like that. And I know with us in our community, we don't really know a lot about tech. Well, I ain't gonna say as a whole, but a lot of us kind of still dinosaurs. They work on notepads and things like that. So I'm trying to show them how to use technology to push the business forward. You know?
It's
Yeah.
I know you had a question, but my last question is, with what's happening in Atlanta now with the hack, which
Yeah.
is essentially crippled most of the functions that the city has. What would
Hmm.
be your preventive measure so they can be better prepared for a situation like this? Because I don't know if you're aware, but even
Hmm.
utility companies are affected. The Odyssey system is affected. If you had to go in as a consultant, what would be
Hmm.
your pitch to these organizations, these
I would
government
tell I
organizations?
would with small businesses, I would tell them to make sure that they do a two-step verification. You know,
Mhm.
make sure you lock that down where it's coming to your device for you to confirm if that's that person coming in. You know, um, but people gonna do what they gonna do. At the end of the day, if somebody is a robber or if somebody is a hacker, that's their job. Every day they trying to perfect their craft. You
Absolutely,
know, so us on our end, we just got to make sure that we stay 5 steps ahead of that on any situation, on any level. We just got to make sure that we stay 5 steps ahead of that.
absolutely. What's your question?
Yeah. I just wanted to tell you, I digress, bro, because listen, I'm all about our community. You know
Yes,
what I'm
sir.
saying? I want to see our people, and I know we got so many great thinkers and so many great visionaries and so many great we are people that are we powerful people, right? And I'm from Chicago, right? I'm from Chicago, but I've been down here in Atlanta for the last 27 years. And I just know that our community have so much to
What?
offer.
Okay, hold on. How
Hmm.
old are you?
I'm 43 years old. I'm 43.
Okay.
I've
You're
been
from
and
Atla-
I
you're
I'm,
from Atlanta. Go ahead.
I'm from well, I guess yeah, I am. I've been here for a while. I've been here for a while. Yes, I have. I have. But I just, I'm just all about us, man. I'm all about us. I'm all about community growth. And I had to digress because that conversation was something that I have no clue about. What the last two guys and all of that, I have no idea about none of that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm in here I'm in here commenting about the community and empowerment and all of this, and
Right.
then
That went a whole. Now, I won't say both, but one had a question. The other one, is yeah. This is the type of conversation that I I encourage. And while people say this is Black History Month, man, we don't need just one month. We need to
every
have
month,
it every month. That's how exercising works.
yeah,
Practice, put things into practice, practice into action. Let's make it
right,
happen. But
yeah.
just isolate one month. Oh, we can respect each other just for one month. Get out of here. Every month should be
Nah.
Black History Month. How about that?
Every month, every day, every day. I tell people like we get from the world what we give to the world. So
Absolutely.
every day when we leave the house, man, we got to make sure we pour positive energy into the world because that's what's gonna come back. You know, um, when I tell people like when you see people that got stuff going on all the time and they always into something, look at the energy that they put out. Because 9 times out of 10, if you look at the energy that they put out, you'll see why they always got certain things going on. You know,
Absolutely.
because we get from the world what we give to the world. I
Absolutely.
don't care. I don't, Mr. Dennis. I don't care how I feel. I might wake up and not feel like 100%, but I am not finna go into the world and project none of those feelings into the world. I'm not gonna do it. So because I understand we get back what we give. So that's what
And
I've
this
been
this
doing.
is why it's important, like
Mhm.
for me to know what you do and how you and your services can help others, new startups to mediums to large. And
Yes, sir.
I know a little about software because I started in
Okay.
accounting, and I worked with a software company in Indiana. I'll tell you, with Evansville, Indiana, and we
Okay.
had to beta test software and write code and everything. That was a time in my life. And
Right.
when I tell you, whew, I had to go to Evansville just to be able to get the concentration to do what I did. But so
Okay.
that's
Okay.
why I know something about putting out full packages to do, like, for the contact management.
Right.
It's phrased a little differently now, but
Hmm.
I can see it, if you have a beta or link to what you do, maybe you can post it. Like
Right.
maybe other people who have businesses can reap the benefits of what you do?
Yeah, I do, and I'm followed by over 50,000 people across social media. I've been on YouTube probably the
That's all?
last.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, only 50,000. That's it. I'm really like I'm just jumping into this YouTube universe. I've been on YouTube for years, but I never been on YouTube. I
Right.
just always been just a looker and observer. But you know, lately I've been just jumping on here doing live, just putting my video, putting my content out there. Um,
Is it
so
about what you do?
it's
Is it a,
about what I do, and
okay?
it's about uplifting. You know, a
Okay.
lot of the things because I lost a lot. You know, I lost two babies back to back in
Sorry to hear that.
2004 and 2006. So I share my transparency. You know, I show people that the power in our story lies in the transparency of our story. You know, I know that the stories don't change, but the characters do. You know, so it's
Absolutely.
gonna be several other parents that's gonna go through certain situations in life, and when they standing in front of that dark tunnel, they don't know it's light at the end of it. But a person like myself that made it through that tunnel, I'm able to let them know, like, listen, you got to go through it. You know, you got to push through it. So a lot of things that I share my transparency. And it's always about trying to uplift and pushing to help people understand that it is more out here other than what we see, the reality that we see. You know, it's a
And
lot out here.
to your point, um, people go through so much in their personal life, and there's a lot of healing that has to be done. And I think
Hmm.
that when you see people going back and forth aggressively on social media in a certain sector, because it doesn't happen all over social media,
Right.
it's because people are dealing with things that haven't gotten help or talk to
Mhm.
other people that kind of bring them to a reality that, hey, this should be talked about, and maybe you could
Right.
share your story and help someone else. Not
Right.
so much, because it's like when you do this, it's gonna
Yeah.
you're never gonna come to a resolve.
Right.
So
Right.
it's important to share your story,
Yeah,
and
you got to. You got, and I think everybody's story is worth sharing, you know, because it's other, like I'm telling you, it's other people in the world that need to hear that somebody made it through that storm that they are in right
Mhm,
now. It's people that need to know that it is possible to make it through it. You know, I had a couple friends that took themselves out of here
mhm.
because they didn't have a person to let them know that it was a light at the end. You know, and a lot of times I be feeling to myself and be like, damn, I wish I had an opportunity to just have 5 minutes with that person before they did what they did. Cause maybe in that 5 minutes I could have changed the thought process of what they was dealing with at that moment. You know, so that's why I think it's important for us to be able to. We got this platform, and we able to jump on these cameras and talk. I think it's important for us to share our transparency. I think it's important because you never know. It could be one word that you say to a person, or one word that a person may hear, that'll change their whole outlook on how they feeling at that moment. You know? Yeah.
Absolutely. So let me ask you a question.
Hmm.
What what is your what is your ultimate goal for your business? And I asked that question because sometimes, as much as I've done,
Hmm.
I feel like I still can do more. I
Okay.
still can do more,
Hmm.
even at my age.
Right.
When have you ever been to a point where you're tired and you say, "Damn, I just can't, I just don't want to do this anymore." And
Yeah.
sometimes you can get in a rut.
Yeah.
What is your, what motivates you to keep it going on, and what is your like 6 month goal, for example?
Okay. So um what motivates me, let's start there, is I know what I don't want. I
Mm,
know what I don't want. I knew what I didn't want at the age of 24. I knew that I didn't want somebody to tell me when to come, when to go, when to eat, if I could take a break, if I could take a vacation. I knew that I didn't want that. And by me knowing that I didn't want that, I did everything in my power to put myself in a position to not have to deal with that. Okay? So now what keeps me going is I understand that there's always three cycles in life. Okay, there's three cycles in life. You and these cycles, they like seasons, they come and they go. You know, you might have a cycle in life where everything is clicking and everything is working, and you like, yeah, it's going, everything is good, you know, and you riding high. Then after that cycle, you hit a low. And then once you hit that low, ain't nothing working. It's like, dang, ain't nothing going on. But in that period, you have to brace and you have to know that this is just a season, because
Right.
seasons don't last forever, but you got to brace through that season, right? Because you like, man,
Mm.
what's going on? And then after that, then things just mediocre. It's not too good. It's not too bad. You know, it's just kind of coasting, you know, but then
And,
after it coasts, it go back to that high again, you know. And I just understood that these cycles, they go all through life. They go, you know.
and that is more prevalent with entrepreneurs because it's
Hmm.
we don't we while we have structure as entrepreneurs, we still have to have a motivation to keep on pushing and forging ahead
Yeah.
because you have other people that rely on you as an
Yeah.
entrepreneur, and everyone doesn't do that. Some people just are comfortable with, and there's nothing wrong with that, to
Hmm.
have others tell them what they have to do when they have to do it, and it's a comfort zone. But
Right.
what I've learned, not personally, because I was always, moving since
Hmm.
since I can remember,
Right.
when I was 9, 10 years old. But
Hmm.
there are people that didn't know how to move when the pandemic hit. There were
Right.
people that were stuck. I had people that had whole PhDs that were
Hmm.
stuck.
Yeah.
It's because they were trained to do one particular thing, and then
Right.
now you have so many people on the internet, and people just trying to find their way. And there are
Hmm.
people that are literally making real money on the internet,
Right.
and there are people that still haven't really found their way.
And I think those people need a coach. They need a mentor. You
Absolutely.
always if I had to start all over and do it all over again, the first thing that I do is I'll run and get me a coach and a mentor. Somebody that had already bumped their head, right? Somebody that already then brushed against all of the everything, you know, that could keep me from bumping my head, you know,
And
because
that's
ain't no way,
mentors are
ain't no,
so important. So
yeah,
important.
it's very important, man, and because it ain't no way. And so a lot of people call me big brother. Everybody call me big brother, and I tell them big brother is not about age, it's about a spirit. You know, I got older big brothers and I got younger big brothers. You know, and I'm a big brother to people that's older than me. I'm a big brother to people that's younger than me. So what big brother is if I'm running a race with my brother or my sister, and I turn around and I see my sister winded or I see my brother winded, I'm not gonna keep running. I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna turn around. I'm gonna lock arms with my brother or my sister, and we're gonna finish together. You know, so that's what keeps me going. That's what keeps me going, knowing that it's people in the world I'm an influence. I know that I got a light. I know that I'm a beacon of hope. I know that I'm a beacon of light, and I want to make sure that my light projects as far as it can, right? Even when I'm dealing with things, because we all deal with things, you know, we all go through everything, Mr. Dennis. You know, we all go, it's life, right?
Life.
But I don't want to project none of that. I'd rather sit alone in my little studio, deal with whatever I deal with, get that out the way, clear my thoughts, so I could continue to go out here and be a beacon of hope for people, you know?
Do you ever feel, and maybe someone in the comment section could add to this? People,
Hmm.
do you ever feel like people uh act like they have no issues in the world and they on the social media and everyone has a perfect life? Sometimes I look at some of these pages and like people criticize people for the weirdest stuff, and like they act like they don't go through anything. It's just
Yeah.
kind of like, but why are you commenting then? If you got a perfect life, why are you even commenting on? Why don't you pick someone up, and if you got the perfect life, to help someone? You know,
Yeah. Yeah. It's a lot. It's a lot. And I think that goes back to the point where, because I think everybody go through something. Everybody go through
everybody.
things in
If you're
life.
living on the
Everybody.
earth, you go do something.
Yeah, and I tell people, if you ain't been through nothing, keep living. You
Right.
know, if you haven't been through nothing yet, keep living, cause everybody go through it. You know, but it takes us back to the point where we got to be an inspiration to people, because people, I'm gonna tell you, you know, the best teacher is a teacher that don't speak. And they say, Joe, how is the best teacher a teacher that don't speak? Well, we teach from our actions. We lead by example, because it's a lot of people that's out here looking at us secretly. My daughter, my son, my kids, they watching everything that I do. My nieces, my
Right.
nephews,
That's a fact.
even people in the world. I got people that hit me on the inbox and say, Joe, thank you, bro. I appreciate it. So we lead by example. So if we know that we got that big of an influence on the world and on people, we gotta project that. We can't show them when we down or when we dealing with certain things. I always
Well,
say I say, who do kings lean on when we gotta lean? That was always one of my questions. Who do kings lean on when we gotta lean? The answer is we lean on other kings that's already vetted.
no,
Like
no,
if you a king and I'm a king and I'm going through a down point, I might come lean on you like Brother Dennis. That's who we lean on. We lean
but
on other.
the higher up you get on that mountain, it's more narrow.
Yeah, it's lonely at the top.
It gets narrow as you go up.
Yeah,
So
it get lonely up there. It get lonely, and the reason why I get lonely up there is because everybody have a certain perspective about who you are,
mhm,
but
mhm.
they don't really know because they making an assumption based off of what they think. So if they have a certain perspective of who you are. So I tell people, like, your perspective of me is not my responsibility. So that means, like, if you see me out here living, taking care of my family, taking care of my kids, and doing what I'm supposed to do, and you don't hear me out here begging, or you don't see me out here doing this or doing that, most people automatically say Joe think he better than us, which that thought have never crossed your mind at all, but
Well,
that's
that's
their
the
perspective of
crab
you.
in the barrel syndrome. You see it, you see a lot in our community. It's just,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
I say social media is a blessing and a curse, because you go to scroll through timelines and I look for, when I'm on social media, I look for the funny stuff that is funny,
yeah,
funny stories and everything.
yeah,
I
yeah,
don't
that,
even
yeah.
post on my social media page, on my Instagram pages.
Hmm.
I don't post tragic stories.
Yeah.
If it needs a warning on it, it's not on my page.
Hmm.
If I
Yeah,
if I had to put a disclaimer on it, it's not on my page. But
yeah.
it's pages for that.
Right. I got a formula that I like to use, and it's 60% humor, 30% logic, and 10% sell.
Okay. Okay.
Because humor is always, I love to laugh. Who don't love to laugh?
Right.
And that's my formula that I've been using. 60% humor, 30% logic, and 10% sell. And it works for me, because I'm able to engage with people, laugh with people, kind of see what other people, what they think is funny and things like that. Then I'm able to come with some real, you
Mhm.
know, and then I'm able to come with an opportunity, 10%. But I don't want to bombard people with that opportunity. They be like, "Oh, Joe just on here to sell." I don't never want to do that, you know?
Well, I think people sell every day. They don't
Yeah,
may not be in sales, but they sell themselves, trying to sell themselves or others. So I
right.
get that. Um,
Yeah,
I probably have maybe 30. I'm not a comedian. I'm not Cat Williams or these other comedians that are going after Shannon Sharp.
right. Yeah,
There's
they
a lot of
going
them
at
on there.
they going
There's
at
a
him hard too.
Yeah. You know what's funny about that? And I kind of shifting, but no one was going at Shannon before he got that 59 million views on his
Hmm.
channel for that
We
one
cat.
video. Now he's
Yeah,
the biggest problem. He want everybody want to get at him, fight. They want to just say he's all kind of weird stuff. I'm like,
right.
he's doing something right. None of these
Yeah.
people had that energy. It is when you go at Shannon now, he's like he's like the Tasha K of I won't say no.
On
I
the
take that
sports,
back.
in the sport, in
On
the
the
sport.
on
Are
the
you
sport,
on the sports
everybody
side?
wants to get him. If
Yeah,
I can make him a target. I can get those numbers. Who's
right.
look at Mace now. Mace
Hmm.
has got an issue with him.
Yeah. Do you
It was
think? I think Shannon was too hard on Mace though, Mr. Dennis. Because Mace,
well,
Mace,
no,
Mace a
no, no,
good.
no. Well,
Mace,
listen,
and
listen.
I'm saying, I think Shannon overreacted with Mace. I
Shannon
think
had to
so.
know he was going to catch a stray from that.
Oh
Now,
yeah, definitely.
but see, but hold on the other side, Mace is on. He's aligned with Cam, and
Uh-huh.
people still see Mace more as a um, preacher of sorts,
Yeah.
and they don't understand him pairing up with Cam. But I
Mm-hmm.
get it because they're opposite, and
Right.
that's what makes the show more entertaining. They want,
Uh-huh.
and
Uh-huh.
and then when they share their stories, they're like, "Damn, you was a preacher." Well, guess what? A lot of the preachers had real good stories to tell. That's
Right.
why they became. He's trying to bring Mace out of where he came from, and I get that. But
Mm-hmm.
Mace like, listen, I'm on Disney now. I got to be
Yeah.
careful,
Yeah. You gotta be
listen, a
you
lot of
know,
people don't understand where people come from. They
yeah.
they
Yeah.
see mild mannered reporter and they think that he's a punk because he's a reporter. He must be a punk.
Right.
No, don't no. Don't think that. Just
Yeah.
think that I chose to be sort of mild mannered, but
Right.
don't take my kindness as for weakness. And a lot of times people make that mistake, and
Yeah.
that's when you make a mistake about another human, it could be a fatal. So you
Yeah.
got
It could. I'm gonna tell you a story about Mace. True story, right? So I was reading this book called The Secret. This was when I was in my 20s. And this was right around the time, a little bit
do you
after my
do you have a
Mhm.
channel?
I do got a YouTube channel. I mean, I got a it's Joe Martin and Associates.
Okay,
Yeah, everything on for me on social media is at 750 credit score. Everything is at 750 credit score. The little at symbol 750 credit score. My YouTube, my TikTok, my LinkedIn, my Instagram, everything is that. So I do have that. Yeah.
so you don't plan on getting a high credit score, or you don't plan on going down?
Well, the reason I picked
I'm
that
just kidding.
name,
I know
no. I'm gonna tell you. So
it's inspiration.
yeah, when I first grabbed that name resonates more than an 850 credit score. People don't think thinking about 850. They'll listen to 750 before they think about 850. And when I was looking through it and I grabbed that name, it was available, and that's
That's
just what
smart.
I yeah, it was just there. So even though and I travel with FICO, so I teach all of that. So
So that's a separate than the software.
yeah, that's separate than the
Okay,
software. Yep,
okay.
I teach all of that. But yeah, that's how that came. But I'm gonna tell you, man, so I was reading this book called The Secret, and it was talking about the law of attraction, you know. And I used to do insurance adjustments with State Farm for salvage vehicles, right? So
That's interesting.
every Wednesday, the yard where these vehicles was at, they did a auction every Wednesday. So
Mm,
it was a brother named Ed that used to come on Wednesdays and buy cars from the auction. And I don't know what propelled me to talk with this brother this day, but I opened up to him. You know, I told him about my daughter. I told him about my little man getting murdered at the age of 4. It's something open, something made me just start speaking to him. So we started talking. And now keep in mind, this whole week, I was young at the time and I was listening to Mace's album, Harlem World. Cause I
mhm.
said to myself, I said, I'm gonna write an album. My next album that I write, I'm a do it the way Diddy did Mace album. I said I'm gonna put it together the way that Harlem World album. So all this week I was listening to Harlem World. So on Wednesday, this brother come and we started talking, and the brother say, "Man, I want to invite you to my church, man. I think my pastor got a word for you." So he didn't tell me who his pastor was. He didn't say none of that, you know. So at the time, I was in that dark place. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna come Sunday because you know, at the end of the day, I needed it because where I was at. So I needed to go somewhere and find. And I'm not a religious person, right? I'm a spiritual person, but at this moment, I needed something to lift my spirit up to put me in a different place mentally, you know. So I told him, I say, man, I'm gonna come Sunday. I'm gonna come Sunday. So Sunday roll around. I get to the church. It was a church off of Glenwood Avenue. It was actually a school inside the gym room, you know. So we get to the school and I go in the church and I sit and I go in here now. Excuse me, I don't want to offend nobody, but when I go in this and I go in here, I sit down. I look to my left, I see somebody like an African. They look like they was an African, you know, they look like they was from Africa, right?
Okay.
So I look there, then I look over here, I see another person that looked like they from Africa, you know. So I say to myself, I say, oh damn, I'm at an African church. I say, I don't know what to expect, you know. So I you know, I'm saying to myself, I don't know what to expect, you know. So
Some
I
jollof
kind of,
rice.
you know, so I put my head down and I'm looking in my Bible, like fake reading, because I don't want people to see me kind of grinning and smiling and laughing because I'm kind of tripped right now, you know. So, but anyway, the pastor come walking up, and I got my back away from him, you know, and he come walking up, and when he walked past me, he get to the front, man. The pastor was Mace. Yeah,
What?
it was Mace, and I'm telling you, that whole week I was listening to Mace. I was reading the secret, talking about the law of attraction.
Okay,
This
okay,
was this
okay.
all this week, and then here I am the same week sitting in front of this brother, and this brother was preaching to me, you know. And I was going to his church for a while because I liked what he was talking. He was talking about us identifying our true calling as business owners. You know, one thing that I recognized that he said was, he said Jesus, he hung around business owners, you know. And I that story right there, bro, I will always remember that story, man. That's why I believe in the law of attraction. I believe in these things because the
You
universe
attract
got
it,
a way
right?
to work, man, you know. Yeah.
Absolutely. Now, listen,
Yeah.
you said something was interesting. The salvage titles.
Yeah,
The,
salvage vehicles. So so
salvage vehicles.
if a vehicle was totaled, I have to look at that vehicle as if it never had an accident. And I had to appraise it as if I had to look at it as if it never had an accident. So I had to
Wait a
kind of
minute.
look
Wait a
at
minute.
certain things.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on. Hold on. So the insurance, and this is because I had a situation recently. So the
Hmm.
insurance company, if it gets to a certain point and it exceeds the value of the car, they say, "Hey, now we're just going to salvage this vehicle."
Yeah, they're gonna
Now,
total it out.
but so and then it turns into a salvage title because when someone
Yeah.
buys it, it has a salvage title. How
Hmm.
much can you really uh make off a vehicle? For example, if it's a $10,000 car,
Hmm.
uh, before they salvage it, but because the repairs cost $11,000, they said, "No, we're not paying the extra thousand."
Right.
How much can you get it? What is the cheapest you can get a car like that for if it goes salvage uh,
Talking about at the auction.
at auction?
Man, I done seen people go in the auction and spend $400 on vehicles. That was nice.
Really?
And then what these guys and these guys will get these vehicles, they'll fix it, they'll send that title back in, they'll get a new title for it, and then they'll sell it, you
Mm.
know. So they'll make a $400 investment and turn around and sell that same vehicle for 6,000.
I used to be listen, I tell you, I used to go to the computer auctions.
Mm-hmm.
I used to go to the auto auctions, like the police auctions.
Yeah.
But the best auction, you know what the best auctions are?
Which one?
Federal
Manheim
auction. The
or the
federal
federal?
auctions.
Yeah, because they taking those on the people that get caught with federal crimes. They take them, huh?
Like, yeah, you just don't want you gotta be careful because some might have bullet holes in it. There's some
Yeah.
back in the day, I want to say back in the day, about probably with the BMF era, someone bought a
Mm-hmm.
car that had a compartment in it that had money stashed in it.
Mm.
A lot of money. A lot
Wow.
of money.
Yeah. See, and that's yours now. Once you got it,
Absolutely.
do they still try to come get it? But once you got it, it's gone. Right? You gone with it.
Yeah, no. They once it's sold, it's sold. But the money, I don't know. I gotta figure out what happened to that money. I don't know.
You would think the feds would probably still try to come and get it, huh? I
Yeah,
guess I
well,
guess if you don't say nothing, just keep moving, huh?
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, listen, you know what they say, possession is what?
What they say, possession is what?
Possession is what's the possession is what's the saying about possession? Oh, listen, I'm a little old. Let me see. Listen, if I buy it from you and it's a bunch of money, you sold it with the money in it. I'm keeping it.
Yeah,
I'm
you got
keeping
to.
it.
That's mine. It's mine now.
Right.
It's mine now.
It,
Yeah.
it, it was drug money yesterday. Today is my money.
Exactly. Yeah, man.
Listen. You know, our DA. You know, she had no problem saving her money. You know, cash and everything. And
Oh
I'm gonna tell
man,
you something. Uh, I'm gonna tell you something about Fonnie. She's no different
hmm
than a lot of people us to keep money around. You
yeah,
know, and don't think
yeah,
this is an opportunity to come do a smash and grab because you won't make it to the money if you
right.
start striking them out. You gotta get to the money. You might not
Yeah,
make it to the money.
you got to get to it. You got to get to it. And I mean, that's what our pops taught us. Keep money, keep some money, man.
Keep
Keep
the
you some
money.
money. Keep you some money laying around. You know what I'm saying? Don't
Yeah,
don't. So it is. And now, and I'm a little double sided on that
why?
situation
Why?
because I see Jeff as I was there at one point in time. I was a kid in apartments hanging out. I was a kid that was influenced by just what I was around. You know, I'm and now so I felt a certain way because of that. But then after I seen Fonnie on stand, I said to myself, man, I said I like this lady, man. You know what I'm saying? So I'm kind of I'm torn now because I like her, and then I feel bad for Jeff and them, you know.
Hmm.
So I'm kind of torn on that, man. I told my wife the other day, I said if Jeff wasn't on trial fighting that Rico, I said I'd be all for Fanny right now. I'm funny. I'd be all for it because I love her. I just, man, she bold, man. You know,
Yeah,
she
and
bold.
I do have an issue with the whole catch-all. You know, you got you getting you rounding everyone up for things they did 15 years ago, 10 years
Yeah,
ago. Well,
exactly.
crap. Like,
Yeah,
you know, it's a flawed case for me. I'm gonna tell you that YSL case is flawed for me
yeah,
because you had to be a fool to think that Young Thug is out here trying to get money from these guys
right.
moving nickel bags. That's just
Yeah,
ridiculous.
yeah.
And
It's just
I
it's
and,
terrible.
and you know, and I think that we have to look at the bigger picture. Even the DA has to look at the logic because if we got to listen to her logic,
Hmm.
you know, we should be able to listen to his logic and why others have gravitated towards him because he's the he made it. These other
Yeah,
guys hadn't figured it out. They haven't figured
right.
out what their calling is, so they
Yeah.
latching on to his name. Some of them
Hmm.
allegedly,
Yeah.
and using his name as a way to get shine off of whatever they're doing in the street. Him,
Yeah.
he doesn't have no time to. I
He
mean,
ain't got time for it.
if I was his manager, I'm gonna keep him on tours, keep him in the studio, keep
Right.
for them to think that he is the a kingpin. So no, he's not the kingpin.
Yeah. He not. Nah. He not that. He's just the person that made it out. You know.
Made it
He
out.
just he just that person that made it out, man. And
And,
and people latch on to it, man. You know. And it's just a sad. It's a sad thing. It's a
and
sad thing.
I'm gonna say this as well for all the people that are defendants in the Trump case, and they're looking at Fonnie's responses and so forth. Um, they have to also reconcile with the fact that she too was in the hot seat.
Hmm.
And maybe this even I'm gonna tell you something. I learned a lot about Fonnie on that I didn't know. You know, when
Okay.
people have to really be put in the witness stand
Uh
and
huh.
in the hot seat and
Right.
asking questions, it hits different. It
Yeah.
hit
Yeah.
the,
It do.
you could tell she was very uncomfortable. I was
Hmm.
like, oh my God, who prepared her?
Yeah. She was ready. And then I told when her pops got
I
up
don't know if
there.
she was well, hold on. I don't know if she was fully ready.
Well, I think it seemed like she was, man. I don't know. She seemed like,
Well,
cause
she was ready,
she was like boom, 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 boom. Like
but
it didn't seem like she had to think about it.
let me say this: I'm looking for the courtroom decorum that I'm normally seeing on like with especially a trained lawyer. Her demeanor, not saying that
Professionalism.
right. She was. It was like she was running the show,
Yeah,
but no, she threw everyone else off because she was running the show,
yeah,
even the
yeah,
judge. So
yeah.
I don't know. And we'll know maybe on Friday how
Hmm.
her performance how her performance was with that judge because
Yeah,
you know this is even for him, it's a defining moment for him based on what he saw with
Right.
everything. So I
Right.
don't know. This is,
Yeah.
you know,
We already guilty in some people's eyes anyway.
yeah,
You
yeah,
know
pretty
that,
much.
right?
Yeah,
We already guilty in some people's eyes. So I don't care if a person got up there and did exactly what they were supposed to do with professionalism all the
facts.
way through. We are already guilty in
Right,
some people's eyes.
right.
They ain't gonna look at us for none. They ain't gonna look at us for none other way. We already guilty in their eyes, you know. And I was finna say when her dad got up there, I was telling my wife, I say, man, let my daughter be in the situation. You better believe I'm gonna get up there and get her up out of there. You know,
That's right. That's right.
have have I need to.
Man, but that's it. And that was brilliant to have the dad there. You know why? Because don't go at the dad. You don't lead the front.
Hmm.
Don't go at the dad. And listen,
Yeah,
I ain't saying I'm going to lie for my daughter, but I'm going to lie for my daughter.
I'm trying to tell you, my daughter. If I got any way to get her up out of there, you
Right.
better believe I'm gonna get her. I'm gonna get her up out of there. You
You
know,
call me, and once you call the father, I said it's over. How you gonna go at the father? How you really gonna go at the father? You
right,
know, yeah.
right.
But then they put the cherry on the pie was bringing Barnes in, Governor Barnes.
Hmm.
They couldn't do anything with him either.
So they couldn't do nothing with him either.
They couldn't do nothing with him.
I got to go back and watch that. I didn't see him.
Oh,
I
yeah, you
didn't.
gotta
I didn't
watch.
see him. I got to go back and watch that. Let me ask your opinion real quick, Mr. Dennis, on Glanville. What you think about? What you think about how he handling that? Do
Well,
you see?
consider
Do you see a little
hold
bias?
on,
Do you see?
hold
Okay.
on. Fair disclaimer. I had to be in this courtroom
Okay.
tomorrow.
Well, no. Let's
So
let's not
I
talk
can't.
about it.
When
Let's not.
I'm not
Yeah.
listen. I like Judge Glanville,
Okay.
and I ain't gonna.
Well, let's scratch that. Let's
Yeah, right.
scratch
Thank
that
you.
question. Let's get that out of here.
Okay.
Let's not even. Let's get that out. I didn't know you was in the courtroom with him. Yeah.
Wait,
So
hold
that.
on. Let me say this. Not only am I hit with him, my picture, uh, in the Trump case, I have one photo that is crazy. It's on every major news outlet from
Okay.
in the country, from CNN to
Uh-huh.
Washington Post, New York Times. I didn't expect in my career. I've shot a lot of different people, but I have never been on some of the biggest publications that have been covering the Trump case, which is the
Okay.
defining moment in my career. I never envisioned that would
Mm.
be the case. So I sit back and I'm looking at these publications like the New York Times that I've read growing up. I was reading the New York Times in junior high school, literally.
Okay.
The Daily News
Okay.
and the New York Times. I don't know why, but I was always
Mhm.
attracted to those two publications, and they were the biggest ones in New York City. The Times
Okay.
Magazine was down on Times Square,
Mhm.
and the Daily News was right around the corner. So
Okay.
when I see my name posted in these publications, CNN a couple of times already, I'm like, wait a minute. But
Yeah.
that is a testament of how resilient I was to make sure I was
Right.
covering that case. I
Yeah.
knew it, and this is a true story. One of the producers at TMZ, um, I told him, I said, listen, I want to be a pool for this case, and I
Mhm.
wanted them to get the credentials for me to be the pool for the case. He said they told me, he said, listen, Dennis, it's going to be too expensive for us to cover that. We'll just get it from other pool. I said, no, I need to be in there.
Right.
So I hired my lawyers to make sure I was in there, and it was
Mhm.
probably the best decision I made because the notoriety of this case for me is huge. It's
Okay.
huge, like, and I sit back and think about you never know where you're going to be at
Right.
until you actually get there, because
Yeah.
while I had a vision of being placed in some major publications, I've never
Mhm.
envisioned to have seen my work in all these publications.
Okay.
So, it's kind of surreal, and unfortunately, it's under these circumstances. But I know the
Mhm.
historic value. When I'm
Okay.
dead and gone, my kids can say, "My dad covered this."
Yeah.
That's why when I tell people I don't have a lot of time for this, because I have books to write.
Right.
I'm at a
Yeah.
point where I have to write the books because I have the material. Just got to put
Okay.
it in book form.
You I just I helped one of my guys I helped one of my guys write this book. Um this is my guy Walter Cash.
Okay,
And Walter
okay.
Cash is a two-time stroke survivor.
Wow.
And I'm just saying this because when after Walter Cash's second stroke, he called me. He was at a nursing home in Columbus, and he called me, and he was mumbling because I couldn't really. He had to learn how to walk again. He had to learn how to talk again. He had to learn how to do a lot of things again. But he called me and he was mumbling. I couldn't really hear what he was saying. But what he was saying was, man, when I get right, you the first person I'm coming to see when I get back out of here. You know, everybody left that brother while he was going through what he was going through. They left him. So when he got right, he came here. He came to me. First, I helped him with his credit. I taught him and we got that there. Then I helped him start a business. Then I helped him go start a Turo company because we got him a vehicle that he could put on Turo because he disabled. He can't really work, you
Mhm.
know. So we got him a Turo business going. And then I told him, I say, Cash, it's time for you to tell your story. You know,
Mhm.
so this brother, man, he wrote this book. You know, he wrote this book, man, and I'm proud of this because, like you say, man, when I leave this earth, whoever I gotta stand in front of, I want them to say, good job, Joe. Because
Absolutely.
when you was there in the physical on that earth, you did exactly what you were supposed to do for the people, you know.
And it's the
So
dash. I tell people it's the dash that
yeah.
you want to make sure your dash can stand the test of time.
Mm-hmm.
And you have a beginning and you have an end. It's what you do in the middle of that.
Yeah. Yeah. What's your book about?
Uh 30 plus years of photography, but I'm going to
Okay.
expand on that, and it's going to be a story about different images and where I
Hmm.
was at when I shot a certain image, and what's the
Okay.
backstory of significant moments in history
Oh, that's
for
good.
me. You
That's
know,
good. So you're gonna have an image and then you're gonna have a story about that image in the book.
right,
Oh wow,
right.
that's gonna be good. That's gonna
You
be
know,
good. Yeah, that's gonna
and
be a
I
good
can I
book.
can I can do a whole fashion book. I can
Hmm.
do a political book. I can do
Okay.
a so I have different areas of photography that I can cover, so
Yeah.
but this one, covering these high profile cases,
Uh-huh.
that's another book.
Yeah.
So
Right. Okay, I was
so
trying to see if I had my. I got. We one time when I come, maybe I'll be a guest again one day, and I could share my book because I got a book. I'm internationally published author, so it's all over. So that's one of the beautiful things, like having a book and being able to go online and see that you got a book and share that. It's just like an accomplishment that can't nobody take that away from you once it's
they can't
done.
well they
You know.
can't. Now while I've authored many articles, been
Hmm.
published in tons of magazines, but putting your own book together, compiling all the material, and that's been the struggle for me because I got so much material. You talk about 30
Yeah.
years of film and digital, so you got to
Right.
say, well, I had to bring a team in. Just look at that pictures should go in there. That should go in
Hmm.
there. That should go in
Yeah.
there. And a lot of the stuff I've done early on, some of the people are not even around anymore. So
Right. Yeah.
so I had to find the areas in which I want to hone in on
Hmm.
that, and my people hit me up, Dennis, when you gonna finish? They ready to get it, but
Yeah.
I gotta be right. It's
Get
like
it.
a
Put
payment.
it. Get it out there, Dennis. Get that
Yeah.
book out there, man. You know. Get it out there. Make that one of the top goals because you know we we come and we go. That's one thing that we ain't gonna be able to escape, right? I would like to live forever, but I know that I'm not gonna live forever. So I want to make sure I leave enough footprints here
Absolutely.
while I'm here, so that people can always say that was Joe Martin. You know, my kids when they grow up and they can say they can go back and look at all my videos and things that I done posted over the years, and they could say that was my daddy. You know, so
Joe Moore,
God forbid it be anytime soon, but
hey,
we got
we
to
don't
make sure
know.
we
We
gotta
do it.
we got yeah.
We don't know, but we just do as much as we can while we can, and we keep
Yeah.
keep keep going. Don't stop.
Yeah.
While you stop to help people along the way if you can, but this is a race to the finish line right now for me.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this. We have to start, it's our essence to want to help people. That's just in us, right?
Yeah, That
It's in our
part.
essence. It's in
I
our
know where
essence,
I know where you're going.
right? We have to learn how to start praying about who we help
Right.
before we help them. Because when people come to us for help, naturally we want to say, "Yeah, I got you. I got you."
Right. Right.
Naturally, right? But we have to start
Know how
praying.
to say no. You have to know how to
No,
say no
yeah, we
sometimes.
got to know how to say no sometimes, and we have to pray first because sometimes we'll find ourselves helping the wrong people, right? And then we find ourselves drained. All our energy is just drained because we didn't pray about it, right? Whoever a person may pray to, right? We didn't get the confirmation from our spirit to say yeah, right? And we end up helping the wrong people, and then our energy is drained from helping the wrong people. Then the person that you're supposed to help come along and you can't even give them 100% because you're so drained from helping the wrong people, you know. so
And
so
what,
there's yeah, so that's something that I'm working on now myself.
all right. Listen, I hope to get you back on the platform. I enjoyed the conversation.
Yes, sir.
Um, didn't know what you was gonna come up and say, but I appreciate that. We're gonna have to cut this up in
Yeah,
segments now.
yeah, for sure. It's a lot of good pieces in
Wait a
there.
minute. We've been on for 3 hours, not
Oh
you per
man.
se. We done broke records, ladies and gentlemen. I'm feeling like the lead attorney now because he do like 7 hour videos. Shout out to the lead attorney, by the way. Let me
Hey,
read some
miss.
of these questions.
Okay, we got some questions over here.
Yeah, well, let me read the questions. Let me see if anyone had any questions for you. Hold on. Let's see here. A lot of questions here. They're still talking about federal reforms and everything. Come on, calm down, guys. Calm down. You guys have opinions. I get it. Let's see here. Yeah, let's see here. It's too many to read and
Yeah,
listen.
it's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot.
And I got
Yeah.
things. I gotta go check on my folks. That's what I gotta do. I gotta check on my folks. Make sure you guys checking on your folks. I
Yeah.
gotta go check on my folks. If you guys have a question, comment, anything, I'll read the comments. Make sure you send me a DM on Instagram at Mr. Dennis Ryan. Make sure you follow me, King Business, my guy Joe. Make sure
Yes, sir.
you locked in.
Yeah.
Uh, with that said, ladies and gentlemen, I do appreciate everyone. I don't know if I have time to drop another link, but we can reconvene and have an update. I might just post it on a community wall. May not, but we'll see. We still doing what we got to do. I listen. Let me tell you. I'll say this before I end. Um, I give everyone an opportunity to talk to me, and you see how I don't know if you came in the beginning, but you see how I had words for Mr. Gunn, but he came up and talked to me like a man, and we good. We good. This is how
Mhm.
you talk. You don't have to do all the side talking and all that. You come and talk. You have an issue. I don't know him. He doesn't know me. Um, and we see each other in the street. It'll be just two people seeing each other in passing.
Right.
So, but I do give people an opportunity. Like you say, you never know who wants to uh, uh, hear something that can change the trajectory of the way they're going. So give
Mhm.
people an opportunity to speak.
Yeah.
Again, I'm good. I'm good.
Yes.
I need to
Yes.
play a game of pool. By the way, I get that's how I get.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll break. I'll take a break and shoot a game of pool. I
Uh-huh.
challenge anyone to shoot me a game of pool.
Are you nice? You nice on that table?
Listen. I play on bank shots. I don't hit this. I do bank shots. I use
Okay.
geometry.
Yeah.
Geometry on the
Okay.
table.
I always say I beat my father, so I think I could beat anybody because I beat him before.
Ah! Thank you,
Yeah.
my brother, for coming on. I really appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
I
I
appreciate
appreciate you,
you.
Mr. Dennis. Thank you, sir. All right.
Absolutely. All right
Yes,
now.
sir. All right.
Peace. All right, guys. Let's see. Thanks, everyone. That's right, Joe, my man Joe. That's my new buddy here. Let's see. There's a lot of questions here. I'm gonna read the stuff afterwards. I do appreciate everybody coming in. Um, did I miss anything? Because I don't look at the comments. Did I miss anything? Did I miss anything I can answer right now? Let's see, did I miss anything? Okay. Let's see here. Let's see. Andra, you got a lot to say, Andra. I see your comments. So anyway, let's see here. All right, guys, I'm out. I'm out. I really am. I appreciate you. I really do, everybody. I appreciate you for being here. Spend this. You didn't have to be here. We had, you didn't have to be here. You could be anywhere else, but you're here, and I appreciate that. Let's get out of here with my guy Southside Yoko. A little bit of his song. Let's go.
You seen too much when you see your mama cry. Every tear that fell caught a homicide. And it ain't too many angels in the place that I'm from. But they'll put a halo on anybody, Lord. Not too many I can say that got me, Lord. But even when I go astray, I'm still your son. Even on the cloudy
See, I came from the bottom where niggas don't make it out it. Why I seen niggas fall like cold leaves in the autumn. When you gotta go to prison before you see a shahada. Seen Route 64 with bows in the Armada. Always been one step away my whole life. Been some long nights, just roll the dice. I'm betting on myself just to reach these heights. It's generational wealth. Success from hands that was dealt. And freedom from mental health. Just another notch on the belt, cause I came from it. I'm talking dirty trap with 100 packs, I was made from it. I'm talking streets to kill you dead, go get a trade or something. Seen a lot of lives lost to this game for nothing. Mama said I'm from the gang, but you ain't claiming nothing. Go to school, go read a book, go play the game or something. But shit, your focus start to change when your stomach touching. I guess it is what it is. We can't go back to them days we was kids, so let me live it.
You seen too much when you see your mama cry. Every tear that fell caught a homicide. And it ain't too many angels in the place that I'm from. They'll put a halo on anybody, Lord. Not too many I can say that got me, Lord. Even when I go astray, I'm still your son.
Drowning in this liquor, this one's gone. Blinded by distraction, knowing action is what's gone. Knowing temptation will only lead you to desperation. Knowing that your pride will tell you lies when you can't face it. I'm changing my ways now, cause I can't let my past harm me. My dream board, a Ouija board, I swear this shit talking to me. This year, divine focus, they still seeing 2020. They want me by a road, but they ain't know that this shit was bungee. 2K a day, that's what I make. I scrape the pot, I bust the safe. I bust the watch, I flood the face. I fuck a good, you call a bay. I beat the stove, I beat the block, I beat the odds, I beat the charges with the bros.